I just gave him $20 for beer. So I know that he had maybe a couple bucks.
Bro, she's a good person. She genuinely cares. She knows why she gave him the money. Most people don't want to give homeless people money because they're like, well, they're going to use it for drugs. Bro, if you were homeless, wouldn't you use it for drugs? I'm gonna be real, bro. If I had no mother, no brother, no father, no friends, I was alone, bro, and somebody gave me money, I'd probably use it for drugs too. Like, let's be real. And I don't do drugs. I'd probably use them for drugs, you know?
What's going on, man?
What's up, pussy? What's up, pussy? Huh? Huh? You got a human head. Well, I'm coming for your head, bitch. Oh! That'd be me, bro. That'd be me. I'd come in with my katana. Yo, what's up, pussy? Therapy, go to therapy, go to therapy. When I was a kid, bro, going to therapy was like there for people who had really had horrible shit happen in their lives and a way to get through it. Bro, now I feel like people go to therapy just for the therapist to be like, have you tried eating better? No, I haven't. Well, you should. Oh, thank you. I think it's like become hyper cringe. Like, legit, bro. Therapy was there for when people were like really suffering and they couldn't get past something and it was affecting them in their lives and it was terrible. Like divorce, depression, death. Yeah, these all the D's, bro. Dick too big, dick too small. You know, all these fucking things start with dick and D. That was what therapy was for. Now it's for everything, bro. It's for everything.
Here. Yeah, because there's an arm.
Oh,
arm,
fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, no.
One.
Oh,
Parents have some
no.
concerns of some stuff they may have found in your room?
Yeah.
There's an arm, and there's an arm, and there's another one.
It's right here. Yeah, because there's an arm. There's an arm, there's another arm, there's another one.
3 arms.
Parents have some concerns of some stuff they may have found in your room?
Yeah, I believe so.
And what would it be?
A human head and hands.
Oh my god, bro. Oh my god, bro. A human head and hands.
911 is John. What's the address emergency?
Hi, there is an emergency.
Listen, dude.
I found...
Listen, dude. Even if you didn't kill them and you found them like that and you took them, like, you need to go to jail. Even if you didn't kill them, you need to go to jail because you're probably going to kill someone. If I found a human hand on the street, I wouldn't pick it up and take it into my closet. I'd pick it up and put it in ice and call the fucking cops and be like, yo, I found a human hand. It's in ice. I don't know whose it is, but it's definitely not the guy who is in my closet dead. You know, that's what I would say. And the cops would be like, okay, we won't look in your closet. Don't worry. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Jesus Christ.
I found something in my son's closet.
Yeah, make sure to wear a glove, but not when picking it up. Only when chopping it off.
Okay, what was it?
Oh, and he's got a Michael Myers head. Yeah, this is a...
I think it's a human head.
Yeah, this is an
March
actual...
1st,
yeah,
2021, police at Grand Junction, Colorado received this chilling 911
yeah,
call.
that's a serial killer,
A mother
bro.
has just discovered a disturbing secret hidden within her son's closet. Even more terrifying, he's currently just outside the house while she makes this call for help.
Bro, what do you do?
Why do you think it's that?
Because it looks like it's all an ear.
Oh
Is
my
it bloody or does
God.
it like anything like that?
Just can you just come? Do I have to take a picture and send it to you?
What's
Can
the
you just
address?
come?
The dispatcher tries to get as much information.
Bro, and this motherfucker's like, are you sure it's a human head? Can you, like, move it around and see if it actually is? And she's like, he's coming! And he's like, well, you don't have to get all, you know, you don't have to get all worked up, you know, just breathe in, pretend you didn't see a human head. And she's like, and he's like, well, maybe he's got that knife to spread some butter on his toast. You never know. And it just... And the cop is like, oh, he's very clearly eating his toast right now. And it's just... And the dispatch is like, well, he's probably watching a scary movie. Don't worry about it. Jesus Christ, bro. Now, I understand why they are like that, but fuck me, dude.
Information as possible to make sense of this shocking call and give officers
Me,
an idea
bro.
of what they might be walking into.
Is your son there now?
He just pulled up. We wanted to make sure he was here before we called.
How old is he?
19. He's had a little bit of a fascination with the morbid,
Oh,
but he
no.
was channeling it, I thought, into becoming a crime scene investigator. But
Oh my
Do you think
god.
he's going to be cooperative with us?
I don't know. I don't think he'll be violent.
You don't
Yeah,
think he'll
I-
be violent? There's a human head. And she's like, but he's not violent. You know, he wouldn't hurt a fly.
House.
Does he have any weapons in his room, or do you guys have any in the house?
I don't know. I think that he has a shotgun, but we can certainly remove it immediately before he.
Remove it then.
He's
Remove
out
it.
by the car now.
Remove it, remove
Is
it,
the bag
remove it,
still in the
remove
closet?
it.
No, it's in my kitchen sink, and there's a secondary bag that I have not opened. It's
Actually, they might not tell her to remove it because it might be needed for prints and other stuff. But bro, it puts her at risk. You know? So removing it might not be the best thing for the crime, but it probably is the best thing for her.
currently covered with a towel.
And there's a
It's
second
out
bag.
there taking, yeah, there's a second bag, though I don't know what's in it. I didn't open it.
I'm sorry. Did he take the second bag out of the closet?
I took the second bag out of the closet and put it in the sink.
Where's Brian now?
I think he's still outside.
And you're in the backyard now?
I am, yes, because I don't want him to hear me.
Despite the horrifying nature of this
Jesus
call,
Christ,
police
right.
could not have anticipated the twisted tale of violence they were about to embark on, nor did they have any idea just how shocking the motive behind
Jesus
the inexplicable
Christ,
horror
bro.
would be.
You wanted
One
to
day
I
prior to
bet you
responding
it's-
to
you
this
wanted to
harrowing
find out
incident, the
what it
emergency
felt.
services had attended to a rather unusual call at 2 a.m. on Sunday, February 28, 2021. 19-year-old Brian Cohey Jr. is having a bad night. As officers arrive at the Blue Heron boat ramp, they can scarcely believe their eyes. The majority of the following footage has never
Oh,
been seen
jeez.
before. It's been analyzed by a qualified team, including a licensed professional
Wait a
counselor,
minute.
a
I
licensed
think I've
clinical
seen
psychologist,
this
and a former
case
detective,
before.
former licensed polygraph examiner, and
He
former
said he
hostage
found it.
negotiation commander and instructor.
But he was the one who did it.
How do we call a tow for that?
I don't know, because he'd have to get in the friggin' water.
Yeah.
I called Black's Towing. They want me to text them a photo of the car because they think they might be able to pull it out.
Okay. So you're already in contact
Well,
with them?
yeah, but I only have like 10% battery left on my phone, and now he wants me to text him a photo
think
of
I've
the
seen
car,
some
and I'm
bad-
like,
Okay.
oh, good
Yeah,
lord.
I think I've seen this one
I can
before.
take one and text it to him for you if you'd like.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
That picture of the guy like this,
It's not every day that police
I've seen that
officers
one
see a
before.
car
And I
floating
see
in
a
the
car
Colorado
floating
River.
in
To
the,
try
the
and make
river.
sense of what they're observing, the officers speak to Brian's mother.
But I can't remember hearing...
Inexperienced driver.
Okay.
Put his car here on the angle and got out and like just
Oh, wait a minute. I think I know. I think I know. He was killing homeless people. Yeah. Yeah. He was killing homeless people. I'm pretty sure that's him. I think I saw this video somewhere else with a little bit different info. And I don't think I saw the investigation, like the
He's right there. if you
Okay.
wanna
We'll talk to him real quick. Sounds good.
Officers
I think-
decide
yeah, I
it's
think he was
best to
killing
get the
homeless
story
people.
straight from the horse's mouth, and 19-year-old Brian has no choice but to own up to his mistake. Little do these officers know, there's a sinister secret lurking in the background of this crazy story.
Is your son right here?
Yeah,
Partner,
I'm
you wanna
leaving
talk to me real
them.
quick?
Sure, I
Leaving
mean,
body
I'm really
parts
cold.
underneath
Is
the
it okay
bridge.
if it's in here? Because
Thanks.
His pants because he had
Okay.
submerged.
That's fine. I did not know that. No, please stay in the car. All right. Nobody else in the car.
nope.
No,
Okay.
it's just us. I'm the father, that's the mother, and this is our son. He just called
Sounds
us 20
good.
minutes ago and said, Dad, I parked at the boat ramp and I messed up. I
He's
tried
like,
to get
"It's
out of the
not
car
gonna
and
believe
slid down.
Well, you're not hurt, right? You're okay.
No, just a little
Okay.
cold is all.
Besides your pride a little bit.
And there's a body in the front. I think.
$7,000.
Okay. All right, man. Do you have your ID with you, driver's license by any chance?
Thankfully,
What were you doing down here, bud?
well, I felt like I needed to get out, like,
Okay.
and I figured, why not park here and just
relax a little bit.
relax and think.
Okay.
And I parked on the boat ramp,
Okay.
and I thought it would be easy to get out.
Uh-huh.
But when I tried to,
Where
I
did
put
you
it,
park
Just trying to
exactly?
dump a
Were you
body.
down the hill a little
Oh,
bit?
yeah, just a little bit.
Okay.
And then
When he got back in, go ahead.
when I got back in, I tried to put it in drive,
Mhm.
and it didn't go up. So then I tried putting it in low gear, shimmying it a bit. That didn't work.
Were you facing down?
No,
at
I
this
was
point, or were
facing.
you
I was
facing
facing
this way?
up.
Okay.
You back down?
Yeah.
That's a really good
Because
idea.
that's
It's a predicament so ridiculous that the responding officers can't help but laugh.
How we're gonna handle this, man? 'Cause I don't know. Do I get a tow going for a car in the river and see if anybody will take this?
I'm gonna work on that.
I don't know, man. So I'm kind of glad you were coming down here because I was like, it's not a crash. He just
Dude, it's like
parked
8 feet
it.
out in the water.
He parked it and basically couldn't get it up. It just lost traction, looks like, and then he actually went in it down in the water. He's not hurt at all. So I'm like, how are you gonna get this car out if possible?
I don't know.
The officers are convinced that this is a teenager's mishap. It will be
Whatever
some
the serial
time
killer.
before they begin to suspect that there's anything more to this story than what they've been told.
Yeah, I think he had something
We're
in
gonna
the
get
trunk.
some options for you here, man. I'm not sure exactly if we're gonna see if we can go through the list if anybody's got some ideas on getting this car out of here or not. I don't know. I don't
She's talking
seen
to
a
somebody
whole lot
now.
of
We've
cars that
everybody on.
have put themselves in that situation. So we're
I
gonna
know. Yeah.
see what we can do. And,
I'm actually the owner of the life jacket program on the boat ramp here.
Mhm.
I do all
Okay.
the life jackets
All right,
in
that's-
Grand Junction, Colorado. So it's
Cool.
like, oh my God, this is not.
It happens.
Yeah.
It happens.
Faced with
The mom and the
embarrassment over
dad
the
seem
whole ordeal,
cool.
Brian's mother talks with the
Yeah,
officers.
the mom and the dad
Yeah,
seem
we made
cool.
him wait till he was almost 18 before he got his driver's license because we didn't want him having any accidents like
They
did
seem
with
cool, bro. They seem cool.
Gotcha.
They seem like good parents.
But stupid, he doesn't have an age limit, I guess.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, this is my first time too.
Really?
It's a new one for me.
What's that?
So I've never seen one of these either. So it's a new one for me.
On my website, backing up when people back up their boats, I see accidents when a truck goes accidentally in the water.
Mhm.
Next you know, the boat and the truck's in the water.
I
But
lost him.
Just let me know if he does. That way, if not, we can try and get hold of a tow truck and
Okay.
go from there.
Yeah, I think he
No,
was
it's
killing.
heading it's heading
I think he was killing
upriver.
homeless
It's
people. I think
facing
that's a-
upriver.
Yeah.
Yes, the front of it is facing upriver. Oh, damn it. I'm sorry. It keeps losing the call. Ah! And he's like, I don't want to get wet. I don't have the proper clothing to go into the water and get wet.
Yeah.
Hey, Robert. Well, you know, I was just talking to the patrolman, and they're suggesting that we just adjust this in daylight hours. That's why they make the big bucks. They're smart. Nobody wants to get in the water. I hear ya.
Yeah, I
At
mean, it's
long
cold.
last, the officers make contact with the towing company
put
willing to
tomorrow,
come
bro.
out to the river in the middle of the night and risk the frigid waters. With help on the
Ah,
way,
leave it
they
there.
finish things up with the Cohees.
If you guys want to stay warm, you're more than welcome to jump in that car and stay where it's warm.
Does he need to stay here?
I'm
Or
sorry?
is he free to go? I'm sure he'd like to go home and get warm.
I'm sure you'd like to get some pants on.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, it's not a crash. It's
Okay.
Simple
It's just
mistake.
a stupid
Nope.
act.
So,
Okay. All right. I'm
The
gonna
cops are
take
cool,
this
and the
over
cops are
and-
right. Like, it's a mistake. The guy didn't do anything. He's not drunk. He's not under.
Terry
Yeah,
and
you're
Brian
not
Sr.
drugged.
take Brian home, but they soon return without their son to the boat ramp. Nearly an hour later, the tow company is making progress. But as the car nears the shore, the officers make a disconcerting discovery.
hey, quick question for you.
Sure.
So the back bumper, I don't know, you can probably see it from here. It's a lot of red on the back of that, dripping down it all a little bit. That's underneath the license plate.
Uh-oh.
Area right there. Okay.
Okay.
A lot of red, which means
Blood.
looks like blood.
Blood.
Yeah. I don't know if did your son hurt himself on his
I
way
don't
out at all?
know.
He might have, and he just didn't know it. I don't know.
That's why I'm asking. It's a good question. He's at home. Is he make sure he's
Yeah.
not got a cut or
He just said he's going to bed.
something out on him somewhere that he's not aware of? Maybe because his adrenaline was a little high.
Yeah, they're gonna
We just have
open
to do,
it
like,
up.
Self check, make sure he's okay.
On the plate, yeah, so there's someone in the trunk, right? Because the plate is underneath the trunk and there's a little bit of blood on the trunk. I mean, on the plate. How would he bleed on the plate? No, it's probably from the fucking, probably from the thing. And the cops probably know that too. No, the cops probably know that. The cops probably know that. They're just telling them a different story to check. And the cops are, bro, as soon as that thing comes out, the cops are gonna open that trunk up. No way they don't open it.
Brian, are you okay? They see blood on the back bumper of the vehicle.
Yeah, they're giving him the benefit of the doubt, but they're gonna
Did you
check.
get hurt? No. Are you sure you don't have any injuries?
No, I'm
Yeah.
fine.
So now the cop knows.
We're not
There's
sure. It's
so now that the cops fucking things are going, oh, it's not his. There's either paint or there's blood. So he might have crashed, hit someone. There might be someone in there, or there might be paint. And if the guy isn't saying, well, this, oh, I was bringing in paint, well, that's what that is, then you're kind of left with the other two, right?
red.
What else is
red
red?
underneath the license plate?
Similar blood stain.
Oh, no.
All right, but you're not injured. You don't have any cuts.
No, I don't know what would cause blood or whatever it is on the bumper.
But you're not injured.
No, I'm not injured.
Officers may have some concerns about the mysterious red substance on the bumper, but they released the car into the Cody's custody. However, on March 1st,
They might also be thinking maybe he hit an animal. Maybe he hit an animal, you know?
First, the next day, the police once again find themselves
Oh,
at the
maybe
Blue
that
Heron boat
hunting-
ramp. A
something?
homeless man by the name of Warren Barnes has been
Oh, okay.
reported missing.
Yeah.
Officers speak to the woman who called in the report.
How do you know Warren?
I own Monique's Bridal downtown, and I give him a chair to sit and read his books.
When was the last time you saw him?
Saturday, 5 o'clock.
Yeah, animal would leave
I
it
said,
then.
I'll see
Unless-
you tomorrow, Warren, and he was
unless
like,
they
okay.
hunt
Meaning he planned on coming
and
down
he
on
had an
Sunday,
animal in
and then
the
he
in
did
the
not
trunk,
show up.
but
So I'm thinking if they saw him Saturday,
Which is
maybe
possible.
it happened more up there because it's weird. He would never come down here. He would never come all the
So
way
he
down
doesn't, he
here.
doesn't have a camp down here or anything?
No, he worked for People Ready, and someone found the wallet and called People Ready this morning,
See,
and they
he's
said that
killing-
everything looked like it was in there because he doesn't have much. And I just gave him $20 for beer, so I know that he had maybe a couple bucks.
bro, she's a good person. She genuinely cares. She knows why she gave him the money, you know? Most people don't want to give homeless people money because they're like, well, they're going to use it for drugs. Bro, if you were homeless, wouldn't you use it for drugs? I'm going to be real, bro. If I had no mother, no brother, no father, no friends, I was alone, bro, and somebody gave me money, I'd probably use it for drugs too. Like, let's be real. And I don't do drugs. I'd probably use them for drugs, you know? So I'm glad that she knows. I'm glad that she knows why she gave him the money.
So they found his wallet just down here at the boat
Yep.
ramp.
Monique Lunardi has forged a special friendship with Warren over the years.
So what raised concern with you today to report him missing?
Because the place People Ready called to see if I had seen him because he didn't show up for work, and he's never once not shown up for work. in the
Oh,
years he's been
man.
working for them. So I said no, and that I hadn't seen him since Saturday.
Oh,
No, she's never seen or heard of him being down here.
Never
That's
misses
why.
work,
That's
and
why
then-
I'm freaked out because there's no way he walked all the way down here in his wallet. Just
So, in how many years? Did he
4
work
years.
for?
Yeah,
4
that's as long
years.
as I've known him.
Bro,
Officers soon find that Monique
okay, 4 years and the guy is homeless. How? How? I mean, I'm kind of one, it's good on them for having somebody homeless that wants to work with them. But two, if he's working for you for 4 years, why is he homeless? Like, of course he's choosing that life, but like, bro, you're working. Like, what the hell? You haven't missed a single day. You're a hard worker. Like, you don't deserve that.
Monique is not alone in her concerns about the missing
Dude, not
Warren
missing a
Barnes.
day for 4 years is insane.
Every day without fail, like it's 6 o'clock.
She's an ex-heroin addict. She's ex-homeless. Now I understand why. Now I understand why. You see? Look at her. Look at her face. I don't mean to expose her. It's just, I just say it because I know that look. And listen, W for turning your life around and W for trying to help people who are like you.
Sometimes a little sooner, and we always let him in before the customers. We give him free coffee. He's the nicest old man ever.
Do you talk to him at all?
All the time.
So every morning it's around 6.
Yeah.
Without fail.
Without fail. And he's the nicest guy ever. Rough looking, but he is the nicest guy.
Monique gives officers a photograph of Warren in the hopes that it'll help with their search.
He is rough looking, bro.
That's the only one I have, and that's from June of 2019, so he's a little bit thinner.
Okay.
So who found his wallet down there?
The lady from the place said that it was whoever runs the life jacket thingy.
Oh, his father.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Yeah, of course. I hope you guys find him. I hope he's okay. If anything, I just hope you find him so that we can start the next process, whatever. Because I don't know. I just have a really bad feeling.
Monique's tone doesn't convey much hope. And with only an old photograph, police have very little to go on. However, things are transpiring across town. As it turns out, it was indeed Brian Cohey's father who called about the wallet. He found it in the most unlikely place, the now recovered Ford 500 that his son accidentally sank in the river. With her suspicions raised, Brian's mother goes into his bedroom to investigate. It's March 1st, 2021, the day after the car incident at the boat ramp, and Terry Cohey is about to make a horrifying discovery as she opens her son's closet.
I think it's a human head.
It's a what?
I think it's a human head.
Why do you think it's that?
Because it looks like it's on ear.
Shocked and terrified by what she's found in her son's closet, Terry Cohey nonetheless has the presence of mind to keep Brian in the dark while she gets police to her address. Deputies from the Mesa County Sheriff's Office arrive at Brian's address, wisely leaving their sirens off as they approach. This could have frightened the young suspect, and it's important to keep him calm for the initial interaction.
What's going on, man?
The deputy makes contact with Brian using a friendly, disarming...
I don't know if that's a friendly disarming, bro. What's up, pussy? What's up, pussy? Huh? Huh? You got a human head. Well, I'm coming for your head, bitch. Oh! That'd be me, bro. That'd be me. I'd come in with my katana. Yo, what's up, pussy?
greeting,
Headless.
which goes further to establish an atmosphere of calm. Of course, at the same time, the deputy is certainly scanning the area for any potential threats, as well as making sure that Brian has his hands where he can see them.
Cooperate. I am going to cooperate.
Okay, so parents have some concerns of some stuff they may have found in your room?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I believe so.
And
Oh
what would
my
it be?
god, bro. Oh my god, bro.
A human head and hands.
You have anything to cut, poke, hurt, stick me anything without reaching for nothing? Don't reach for nothing.
Oh my
God.
god.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have you face that way. Put your hands on top of your head for me real quick. I just want to make sure you interlace your fingers for me real quick, all right?
It's important that the deputy only ask enough questions to figure out exactly what is going on at the scene. And while this is not...
The way he said that, a human head and hands. There was no shame. Look at him. He's proud. Look at him. He's fucking proud. And he...
And what would it be?
A human head and hands.
Do you have anything on you that's gonna cut, poke, hurt,
Jesus.
stick me anything without reaching for nothing? Don't reach for nothing.
My phone and my wallet. That's
Okay.
it.
Well, I'm gonna have you face that
No,
way. Put
he
your hands on
knows
top of
he's
your head for me real
busted.
quick. I just
He
want to
knows
make sure
he's
you
busted.
interlace your fingers for me real quick, all right?
It's important that the deputy only ask enough questions to
My
figure
God,
out
bro.
exactly what is going on at the scene. And while this is not the kind of encounter that even a veteran police officer would be accustomed to, it's Brian's parents who must slowly absorb the shock of their son's admission.
Oof.
I'm gonna have you walk over here. You're gonna sit in the back of my partner's patrol car for a minute, okay? Not yet. Okay. Just sit back there and hang out for me, okay? Can you walk
Why
me
isn't he
inside?
handcuffed? Hello? Why is he not handcuffed? Hello?
Let me do it. You go inside.
Well, let's stay out here with me for a minute.
Sit down. Come on, sit down, baby.
Can I
Oh
go in
my
there and
God.
verify here first?
Oh, yeah, please.
Let me
We
go
haven't
through
seen
that.
it. Yeah, we haven't
Okay.
looked at it.
It's under the towel in the sink.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh my God, bro.
Annie, stay with your mother. Give her a...
Hey, just make sure that guy goes in the car first.
I can stay here. You can go in the sink, right?
Well,
The
yeah,
sink
okay.
right there. No, you can on your own.
Yeah.
House is empty.
Bro.
We had a bad feeling about what happened this weekend.
Okay.
And she said there's a bag in this closet, and she opened it up. And she called me and said, get over here right now.
The deputy correctly asks
Oh
for permission
my
to enter
Lord.
the house so that he can confirm the grim contents of the kitchen sink.
I covered it with a towel.
Okay.
So I didn't want him to see it because we didn't want him to run. I don't want to look at it.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Oh my God, bro.
Sit back there and hang out for me, okay?
How are you?
I'm good, sir. How are you? You said your name's Brian?
Oh my God, bro.
I'm not feeling too well.
You're not feeling too well?
Yeah, I'm
No,
not
these
feeling too
past
well
few
either,
days
bro.
I've been very, very anxious.
That's
Yeah,
understandable.
I'm not
What
feeling
we're
too
gonna have
well.
you do here is I'm just gonna have you sit.
I'm sorry. Why is he not handcuffed? Why is nobody like, hey, you're being detained? Why? Well, for suspicion of murder, bro. Like, at least you're being detained. We're gonna handcuff you. How is he just walking around?
Sit in the back here, okay? I'm gonna turn on the
Yeah,
light for you
he's
in a
white,
second.
bro.
That way
That's
you're not too
why.
hot. Are you hot-blooded
This
or
is not a
cold-blooded kind
good.
of guy?
I am very cold-blooded. I prefer cold. Well, no, actually, sorry, hot-blooded.
Hot-blooded. So you prefer the cold? Okay, fantastic.
Thank
All
you.
right. So hop in here. I know you're tall, so it's a little bit of a tight
Oh
squeeze,
my
but like I said,
God,
I'll get
bro.
that air on for you.
Sorry about that.
All right.
Induction's been quite violent lately.
The officer has no response to this observation.
How you holding up, Brian? Okay. A bit thirsty? You guys have any water in your home? I can't make any guarantees we're going to be able to go in and get some, but I will get some water to you as soon as I can.
Bro.
Okay? All right, Brian. We're headed to the sheriff's office, and your family's going to go with us, okay?
She
I
also
could not be a
doesn't
cop.
respond on the way to the sheriff's office when Brian casually makes another chilling remark.
I could not be.
It's under this bridge.
Es el momento
I could not be a
perfecto
cop.
para liberarte de excesos. Comienza por lo esencial.
Okay, Brian.
Bro, I could not be a cop. Treating these people really nicely, I know why they do it, so that they go along and they speak and they are comfortable and everything. And it is very effective, but bro, I'd be like this, bro. I'd be like, oh my God, there was a head in the fucking sink. What the fuck is this real life? I'd be like, oh my God, I'm in a simulation, bro. I'm in a simulation, bro. I gotta shoot this motherfucker. I gotta shoot that motherfucker. That'd be me, bro.
Thank you.
No problem, sir. So walk with me.
How is he not
Right this way,
handcuffed
okay?
still?
You're fine with me not being in cuffs.
I'm fine with you not being in cuffs.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Brian. Open this door for me, please.
Bro.
Just walk forward for me, Brian.
Yeah.
You're okay. Don't worry about it, okay? Keep on walking.
Bro, he's gigantic and he murdered someone and you're a
Take another
tiny
left.
chick.
Hard left. Right here. Right here.
If he goes berserk on you right here, you're dead. He attacks you right here, you are dead. That guy is big.
So walk with me. We're gonna walk right this way. Okay?
Oh my God, bro. He pushes you down. He's gonna stomp you before they can shoot him.
You're fine with me not being in cuffs.
Bro. He could literally tackle her, take her to the ground, stomp on her head 2 or 3 times, and she's dead before they can even shoot him. There's no one else. He already killed people. He's already getting the fucking max sentence. He's got nothing to lose. Might as well take you down, stomp on your head, take your keys, and fucking run for it. I mean, legitimately. He's already up there, bro.
I'm fine with you not being cuffs.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Brian.
I can't believe this. This is unbelievable to me.
Just walk forward for me, Brian.
That's unbelievable to me.
You're okay. Don't worry about it, okay? Keep on walking. Keep going.
And it's unbelievable
Take
to me
another
that he
left.
didn't do
Hard
that.
left. Right here, right here. All right. So
It's
have a seat.
insane to me that he didn't
And
do
we'll be
that.
with you in a moment, okay? Thanks, Brian.
With Brian situated in the interrogation room,
Like, bro, you're
investigators speak with his parents to find out what happened that harrowing
There's a person
morning.
missing. You've got the head. You've got the hands.
Right here.
Your family thinks you're a killer. You are a killer. Everybody thinks you're a killer. The evidence is against you. You've killed multiple people.
Take as much time as you need.
We're gonna find out. Just kill
So
another one,
I
bro.
know very little about what's going on today. So, what started all of what's going on?
Terry relays
Except he's probably one of those principled killers where they kill only a certain type of people. And so he's good with everyone else, but there's a specific prey that he hunts. You know? He's not like a serial killer that will kill anyone. He's got a prey.
is the incident at the boat ramp.
So we have the car towed back to address, and of course with the battery being wet, nothing was operating. And so my husband was cleaning out the car because he was going to take it into Scotty's to see if they could maybe salvage it. Okay. And he found the wallet. So he called me this morning and he said, found a wallet in Brian's car. Oh, and the officers thought that there was blood on his car. Okay. The night that it was in the river. It was the scene, and he had just had a procedure done on his armpit a few days before, so I thought maybe the adrenaline opened that back up, and that's where it came from. I don't know.
Why would it be in the
I
back?
don't know where it came from. And he took special effects class last summer, which involved fake blood. And he's like, one of those fake blood containers first in my trunk is probably that. And I was like, okay, that makes perfect sense.
However, his father, Brian Cohey Sr., found something even grislier in the car's glove box and decided to confront his son.
Went back out there this morning just to continue, and I opened the glove box, and there was a knife in the glove box, underwater. The glove box is full of water, very large knife. And then,
Bro, the dad in the beta.
The passenger door, and there's a wallet in between this door and open up. That's not Brian's wallet. It's frozen solid.
The dad in the beta.
Brian's wallet. So I take him
Look at the dad.
I ended up getting one of the wads of cards out. There's a labor ready. I read that, so I called labor ready. And then another one, there was a social security card. I was like, hey, this is a weird call, but I've got a wallet here with so and so's name, and I'm hoping he works for you all, or you subbed him out or whatever. Oh yeah, my one, we've been missing him. Yes, he didn't show up today.
Oh no.
Okay, well I found his wallet at Blue Hen Boat Ramp. So here's my name. Here's all my information. If you get a hold of him, tell him I've got his wallet here at my house. Okay, so I left that like that. Called Brian. Brian, what's going on? Why is his wallet in the car? Oh, I found it down at the boat ramp when I was down there walking around. And he was so sincere. I took it all. I want to believe him. He's my son.
I mean, he's right.
We found out, Brian, how come, all this going on in the last 2 days, how come you didn't tell us about the wallet? Dad, I was just so excited with all the going on. My car getting towed. Look at this wet now. It won't start.
Yeah.
I didn't think about it. I didn't think it was important, Dad. I'm like, Brian, who is this one whatever guy?
No idea.
Dad, I swear to you, I only know one. He's my school friend. It's not him. I believe him. There's blood on the bumper. Right. And I'm like a smear of blood. And I'm like, that didn't come from that cut. And I asked him, right? Tell me the truth.
Oh, bro.
I knew. I didn't want to believe it. There's something was going on.
Had that gut feeling.
Oh man.
Ya están en camino.
Bro.
Despite the red flag,
Good on the parents because they could have hid it all. Good on the parents. They could have hid it all, bro. They could have hid that wallet. They could have cleaned that car. They could have been quiet, and nobody would have found out, bro. You know. It's strange to me that the cops didn't take a sample of that blood and at least check if it was human blood. Like, I don't know why they didn't. I don't know why they didn't do that. Technically, it's not in the car, right? It's falling off the car.
the family put the strange accident at the boat ramp behind them, but no one was prepared for the spine-chilling discovery Terry made the next morning.
I was in his room, cleaning up, putting some things away.
Go sleep.
He has a Rubbermaid
Go
container
sleep, mother. Don't worry.
closet. And so I just kind of started digging through, going.
Yeah, but if it's falling off, it's not in the car.
Like moms do. And I saw a plastic bag, a white plastic trash bag. And I was like, what in the world does he have in here? And I picked it up, and it was heavy. And I held it in my hands, and I was like, what in the world?
Like a ball.
What in the world? Is it like maggots covering something? Or I don't know. I better take it in the sink. So I carried it out to the sink, and it was double bagged.
Oh
so I
my
ripped
God.
open one bag, and I saw.
Oh my God.
And I went.
Oh no. Oh no.
I ripped open the second bag. And I saw the bag. I saw zero.
Bro.
So I didn't open the second bag. Okay. I called my husband. I said, Brian Jr. had already gone over his friend's house. He said, Mom, I want to go over to Kai's house. And I said, okay, but
Kai's
don't
enough?
go over there too long. He goes, yeah, I should only be over there maybe 3 or 4 hours. Let's go hang out with her. And I said, okay.
This friend was Kylan Like, and police would speak with her shortly.
So I called his father.
Fuck
I
me,
said,
bro.
how did you speak in Andy up from school? He goes, I think it's at 12:30. 12:40, whatever. I just said, you need to come over here right now. And he said, okay, well, I got Andy with me. And I said, you need to come over here right now.
And that's a right now.
He said, okay, I'll be there in a few minutes. And you hung up.
Kylan Like's mother, Heather Gale, recalled what she saw after Brian ended the call.
And my only memory of that was the way he peeled out of the driveway. I actually have a picture somewhere on my phone of the marks when he left to go because his brother called him, I guess, and said, I need my car back.
We know, of course, that this was a ruse on the part of Brian's parents to get him back to the house after their horrifying discovery.
Brian, my husband, was already there by that point, and he put a towel around his stomach for me in bed. So we hatched a plan to call Brian and tell him that his brother needed the Mustang for a driving license.
That's what they sent him. Can you bring like a hot place?
And he kind of knew something was up. Dad, you ever feel like the day's going to change? He started saying things. I'm like, yeah, we're just being really vague. Me and Andy was sitting there, and Mom was on the phone over there talking to 911. And it just seemed like it took forever.
As his parents
Oh,
continued to
my
speak
Lord,
with the detectives, investigators Pete Berg
Oh,
and Lisa
my
Norcross joined Brian in his room. Over the next 2 hours, they will hear a shocking story of blood-curdling evil. And before the interview is over, they will even learn the dreadful truth about Brian's ill-fated trip to the boat ramp.
Oh, thanks, Ryan. Well, this is Lisa. She works for
Hi, how are you?
Okay, yeah.
Good, thanks.
I'm okay.
What's in your seats?
Never really good.
Ooh, this is a special chair.
Never really
The
good.
special chair because it's softer and I'm old.
Brian is as cooperative and pleasant with the investigators as he was with the deputy who escorted him to the sheriff's office.
He's
But his
so
nervous
nice and
shaking and
respectful.
insatiable thirst indicate he is perhaps not as calm as he's trying to appear. The question is whether he's
Bro,
anxious about
he
his
drank
fate
like
or
5 times,
excited
tried to
about
close
his
it 5
moment in the
times, and drank
spotlight.
again 5 times.
One thing to keep in mind is that according to his mother, Brian is diagnosed with ADHD and autism, and leg shaking can be a normal, stimulating behavior for people with these diagnoses.
The dad also.
They read Brian his Miranda rights, and he agrees to speak with the officers.
Mini, what's up on reality? Andy, I'll watch that tomorrow, bro. You guys send it to me tomorrow. We will watch the edit stuff tomorrow. We will watch that reality tomorrow. That Drewski, watch that, and then we'll edit some stuff so we can post it. But that. But early, bro. Early. Today, we do this. We do maybe one edit, and we get out, bro. We go to sleep. We fix this shit proper, bro. None of these fucking degenerate 6 a.m. streams, bro. It's degenerate.
I work anywhere from 2 to 4 days a week.
It may seem at
Look,
first
I'm
glance
even got
that
my-
the
I even
detectives
got
are
my-
engaging in idle chit-chat to set Brian at ease. But this is
Okay.
part of rapport building, and it's also crucial for them to establish early
I
on
got
that
mine.
Brian has been handling responsibilities such as
Ready,
school
bro.
and work, and is perfectly capable of carrying on a normal conversation.
It's
This will
creating
make it much
Twitch.
harder
Chill.
for Brian to claim before a jury that he was unable to tell.
Twitch, you allow women, okay, with invisible chairs to sit on where they can see, you can actually see her butthole, bro. You can see the eye of Sauron. Okay, you better allow me showing people some creatine. Not
Right,
cocainatine.
And how did you get here? I murdered someone. Okay.
Oh.
It seems that Investigator Berg was merely asking how Brian physically arrived at the sheriff's office. But Brian doesn't stand on ceremony.
He just
With a tone and head tilt that suggests he's bragging,
10
Brian
toes
makes the
down,
ultimate
bro.
confession.
10
In fact,
toes
he's all
down.
too willing to discuss this horrific crime with detectives.
So start back at the beginning and go slow and tell me as many details as you can remember. So, because I mean, Murray going to jail for the 15 years probably. I have no idea. Because we're at the beginning. It's murder. I mean, I'm going to jail for
Bro.
probably, but so I figured, why fight it? Okay. So what's important to me is to learn as much about you and what you did and as I can. Well, as many details as you can give me, the better.
Brian's polite exterior only adds to the surreal depravity of his confession. He's
Bro.
somewhat of a unique suspect.
Yeah.
Hola, ¿que quién soy yo? En mi casa me llaman Víctor, mis amigos Vic, y en redes, Vixter. Y tengo 13 años. Tengo 22. Sí, aparento menos. Cosas sobre...
What? Bro. I'm watching serial killers, bro. Why is there a twink on my fucking screen?
Yeah, it was the night of February.
I'm gonna be
27th.
that twink on somebody else's screen, bro,
And I
soon.
figured I could see so well, why not try it out? I am in a bad state of mind at that time. I have major
Bro, the ads I've been getting are concerning, okay? I get gay ads. I get, the Hero Wars humiliation fetish ads. Bro, what is going on? What is going on, bro? Why are you pushing this agenda on me?
depressive disorder, so I am not thinking, shall say, positively. Okay. And I'm cruising around for an hour and a
He's
half.
looking for people to kill.
So I fill up on gas halfway through, and I'm eventually driving underneath the bridge near the sheriff's office. I'm bad
The
with-
bridge that he said.
I'm bad with words.
That
I'm
bridge.
just- By the way, I'm a habitual late shaker. I have a question. You send people who have committed crimes like me. Do we stay in this county jail or are we moved? It all depends on what the judge says.
County jail.
Brian maintains his spirit of cooperation, but he's clearly concerned about what happens after this interview is over. It's interesting to note how he compares himself to others with the phrase, people who have committed crimes like me, almost as if he has joined an exclusive club.
So we were at the bridge? Yes, I was at the bridge. I was cruising. There was a road underneath, right? Out under the overpass. and I was driving along, and I see a shape here on the railway tracks. So I'm like, oh, interesting. So I go up, and as I'm looking, I see a large thing wrapped in a canvas.
Okay.
And I'm like, that's a homeless person. So I grab my knife, I put on 3 layers of gloves.
Oh
because
my God.
plastic gloves can betray their users because they're so thin, those vinyl gloves.
Oh my God,
So
bro.
I put on 2, 3 on one hand. I took the knife, I pulled back the canvas, and I stabbed his neck.
Oh
He was
my
panicking at first.
God, bro.
In his old man voice, he was in his 50s. I know why I call him old man. He was saying, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Why? Ah!" And I just kept on stabbing his neck. This is okay if I do a demonstration.
Oh, yeah.
This is him. I was straddled on top of him like this.
Okay.
And he couldn't fight back. It was actually surprisingly easy. I was barely breaking a sweat. I thought, oh, this guy, he's going to be tough. But no, it was actually surprisingly easy. And during the time, I was growling and making animalistic noises.
At this point, there can be no doubt that Brian is excited to tell the investigators all about.
Bury him underneath the fucking jail, bro. Fill it up with concrete. This is... Yeah, he likes killing. And he likes telling people that he killed. He's proud of it. And somebody who's proud will do it again. He's proud of it, bro. Yeah, this guy can't go to jail for 20 years. He'll come out and kill someone else. Nah, this guy... He's gonna do it
about
again.
his horrific deed.
Yeah, animalistic
Not only
noises,
is he
bro.
pleased to be held in court, he's actually reliving the murder and relishing the memory, demonstrated by a smile.
Jesus Christ.
As for any question
Actually
of this
sick.
crime being
He's an
premeditated,
actual sick
Brian
fuck.
admits to having put on
He
3
doesn't
layers of
pretend to
gloves,
be a
which he
schizo like
already
me,
had
bro.
with
He's
him.
an actual
The whole ordeal
schizo.
lasted about a minute and a half.
Okay.
And when I was finished stabbing him, he took out his last breath, a grunt, and his head was halfway cut
Oh
off
my
in
God.
stabs. All the while, no, actually, after I killed him, I just couldn't stop saying, stinky, dirty, dirty, stinky, stinky. I wasn't smelling anything, but...
In an eerie coincidence, on one of his social
I actually wasn't smelling anything, but he was saying dirty, 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 stinky. Bro, of course he's a Redditor. Ash/Reddit me. Rate me. That stinky boy. Oh my God, bro, he's cringe. He's a serial killer and a Redditor. Nah, bro, just shoot him on the spot.
media accounts, Brian identifies himself as that stinky boy registered under his email ID.
Just shoot him on the spot, bro. Get rid of him. Get rid of him. It is insane that multi-billion-dollar companies will have ad campaigns like this. Bro, this is a multi-billion-dollar company. Mercado Pago is a multi-billion-dollar company, bro. And they have this for an ad. What the fuck? Bro, what the fuck? Why do they get to work with shitty ads like that, but I don't? Hello?
I don't know.
Okay. But you remember doing it, so.
Yeah. I suppose it was just me speaking out my mind at that moment. It was a pouring out of the mind.
Were you worried about, I mean, this looks like it's pretty close to the road and stuff. Somebody seeing you or catching you?
It was 11 p.m., so not many were driving by. Well, it was behind the pillar. So, like, here's the road. It was here. So people would only see a brief thing here and here.
So were you worried about them seeing you?
I was worried about one of them stopping.
What did you think could happen if
somebody? Well, if they looked, well, it was quite dark under there, so they wouldn't have seen the guy unless they looked. They would have seen me holding a bloody 12-inch knife, wearing
He's
gloves,
just smiling.
and wearing a mask to conceal my identity, a face mask.
Okay. So you weren't doing it for COVID, you were doing it to hide your face?
Partially. Social distancing. Yeah, but no one stopped, and I'm just like, proves the bystander effect.
His laughter and offhand comments speak to his mind.
He's retarded too, bro. He goes, proves the bystander effect. That's not what the bystander effect is. The bystander effect is an effect that has been observed with humans where the larger the group of people that are witnessing an event happen, the less calls there are to 911. So if 3 people witness somebody get run over, somebody's calling the fucking ambulance. But if 20 people see somebody get run over, sometimes not even one person will call the ambulance because they assume somebody else called. That's what it is. That's a bystander effect. When people assume somebody else is already going to do it, which is why they tell you, if you ever see one of these things happen, right, you got to choose look at one person and be, yo, you call the cops. Right now, you call the ambulance, you call the family members, you call, you know what I mean? Because otherwise nobody calls. Like, nobody calls. And if there's 50 people, maybe you'll get like 1 call. But like, you gotta target people. Yeah. Happened in NYC in the street, female was getting attacked, all the neighbors thought somebody else was gonna call. Yeah.
Mindset, which is
That's
that
bystander
nothing
effect.
is wrong. Brian mentions the bystander effect
But
here, which is the idea that the more people there are watching a crime, the less likely that anyone will stand up and do anything about it. There are a few different reasons behind this, but we know that it often occurs because people may be afraid that they'll be judged by the rest of the crowd if they step in first to do something. Ultimately, people are social creatures.
That's not
and
it.
the vast majority of people
It's not because they'll be judged. That's not it. That's not it at all. It's because they assume somebody else already did it. And they're afraid that if they do something, they might have what is happening to the other person happen to them. But yeah, always intervene.
chose to do whatever the rest of the crowd does. It's a rare person that steps forward alone.
I noticed you got a cut on your hand. Is that from... Oh, that was when I was doing gas, when I filled up. What happened was, because I don't want to be seen in a gas station with a knife poking out of my pocket, I put it in the car on the back seat floor. When I'm done with it, I try and grab it, but my hand slips and grabs the blade, and as I pick it up, it slices these 2 fingers. Okay. And then, let's see. Yeah. And then, after that, I stripped his clothes.
Actual karma, bro, but
I cut open his belly.
Oh my god.
See his guts. They're really pink. Sorry, that was morbid.
One of the exceptional aspects of Brian's confession is the level of detail he provides.
Bro, this guy not only looks like Jeffrey Dahmer, but he is Jeffrey Dahmer himself. This guy's the reincarnation. Holy Jesus Christ.
Together with his casual commentary and jokes, these details convey to investigators that Brian is being fully truthful about what he did. It's also worth noting that morbid humor has long been one of Brian's trademarks.
What about other kids in the neighborhood or on the bus? He didn't really, he had a couple of friends that he's had since elementary, but he had a morbid.
Yeah, but a lot of people have a morbid sense of humor, bro.
It's not funny. He goes, yeah, it is, Mom. You just don't get my sense of humor.
In an interview with prosecutors,
I
Kylan
make
Blake,
a lot of jokes.
who's known Brian since the
All
9th
the
grade and
jokes.
whose
I
house
make
Brian was
all
visiting
the
just
jokes,
before his
bro.
arrest,
Sex jokes, death jokes, jokes, religion jokes, fucking racist jokes. What else? What else? Nice, wholesome jokes. Dad jokes. What else? I do all the jokes, bro. You know, I do all the jokes, bro.
Says that being
I don't just
provocative
do-
is a hallmark
I
of
do
his
cringe
personality.
jokes too.
When I first met him, he was very edgy, is the best way I can describe it. He loved to get a reaction out of people and say things that would make people have a double take. He wanted to go against the flow. His jokes were always in the realm of dark humor.
Mine are not always.
Very rarely did he make jokes that weren't somehow relating to death or violence or destruction
Okay,
or
if
breaking
you're only
the
making
law
those
or just
jokes,
basically
you are
just
cringe.
humor that is considered dark humor.
If I
I
just do
know a
those
couple of
jokes, you're
people
cringe.
personally who just hated him because that's kind of how he is. You either think it's hilarious or you basically just humor that is considered dark humor. And I
Where is my food? I am the food. This is basically Twitch right now, bro. This is basically Twitch. The viewers are like, wait, where's the content? And the girl sitting down with the invisible chair with the butthole right there is, I am the content.
know a couple of people personally who just hated him because that's kind of how he is.
That's a
You either
good
think
one.
it's hilarious
That's
or
a
you
good
hate it.
one,
And
bro,
that's
not
the
like-
people who think it was hilarious was a small percentage of people that unfortunately and
Oh
embarrassingly
my
included myself.
god, bro. And then he ate her. Good one, bro.
And
That is a good joke. That
my
is a
very
good
best
joke.
friend of high school, Emily,
Jesus.
was someone who hated him, and she's a bigger
Jesus.
girl, and he would call
Bro.
her fat and call her pig and call
Bro.
anybody who looked like that things along the same
Okay, Jesus Christ, okay, it's getting a little too heavy now.
line, like just spiteful, I guess.
Okay, well, I mean, listen, never mind, bro, okay, listen, hold up,
People who think it was hilarious was a small percentage of people
Listen,
that unfortunately.
bro, if you just showed his face with the blood, it's good. It's a good joke. But then he just
and
keeps pushing
embarrassingly
it.
included myself.
Like, bro, if he just left it like this, it's like, oh, he ate her. Jesus Christ, bro, good one. But then,
And my very best
but
friend
then it keeps
of high
going.
school, Emily, was someone who
and it's
hated
like,
him, and
bro,
she's a bigger girl, and he would call
bro,
her fat and call her pig and call
bro,
anybody
okay. Now you're,
who looked like that things along the same line, like just spiteful.
bro, that's the head. Now you're being cringe.
I guess just trying to like I
Now
said,
you're
get a rise
being
out of
weird.
people.
Kylan Like is not the only one who noticed Brian's
Yeah, he overdosed on it. Listen, he overdosed on it, bro. It was funny until it was like overdosed. Jesus Christ. Boys, never go full retard. This guy went full retard.
Like I said, get a rise out of people.
Kylan Like is not the only one who noticed Brian's love of sick humor. While in a youth diversion program 2 years earlier, Brian asked the other teens if they enjoyed a snack known as crispy meat bites. He joked that the recipe involved running your cat or dog through a meat grinder and then frying them up.
Bro!
Despite Brian's predilection for dark humor, Kylan's mom tells investigators that she never worried about her daughter being friends with him.
He didn't seem
Bro.
scary to me at the time. He just seemed unusual, like in the way that my nephew and other people I know that are on the spectrum are just a little unusual, like not a lot of eye contact, things like that. But he never struck me as scary. Like I said, I actually let my daughter and her friends, not that I was in charge of her friends, but I let her sleep over at his house, like a month, 2 months, whenever.
Why is your daughter sleeping at a guy's house? And not just a guy, a weird guy. What are you doing? Did you think he was gay? What are you doing? Bro, if the kid got this sense of humor. First of all, my daughter ain't sleeping over no guy's house. What the fuck is that? Second, for a month? For a month, she said. Second. Not even a day, bro. Well, never mind a month, bro. Never mind a day. You ain't going over a guy's house. And then you tell me he's weird? No, dude, what are you doing? These people are cooked.
New Year's, and his mom, as far as I know, she ran a daycare, so I thought,
People are
good with kids, whatever,
Okay. Not only does Brian's mom run a daycare, she runs it out of her home. Upon discovering the severed head in her son's closet that afternoon, she had to scramble to get parents to pick up their children before calling police.
And I sent home all the children.
I had a few little kids over, but I was watching, so I called their parents, and they said, if there's a family emergency, please come pick up your children right away. They're safe. They're not hurt. Parents came. I hope everything's okay, and they took their kids home.
Back in the interrogation room, Brian goes into further nauseating detail
here
about
we
the
go. There's
post-mortem
something.
mutilation of Warren Barnes.
Destroyed his eyes by stabbing them.
Okay.
And then I cut off his hands. I put those in plastic Ziploc bags. And then I cut off his right arm at this joint and at this joint. And then at this arm, I tried cutting it here, and then I tried cutting it here. But what happened was I accidentally broke his bone. This one, it was poking out. And so I left that one here, partially cut. It's under here, bone sticking out. And then I left his body there. And then I took the head, put it in a leftover pizza box from the dinner a few nights ago. And then I took the hands, put them
How
in the back,
does a head
drove
fit in?
home, hid the hands and head in my room.
How
Ate the
does
knife,
a
threw it in the
head
garbage
in a pizza box?
blood on it.
How does a head
And
fit in
then
a pizza box?
put the
Pizza
blood
box is like
stain
this thick.
wasn't stained, it had splatters on it. I put it in the dish, in the washing machine.
What did you put in there?
I put the
He would have gotten away, dude. It's good. Would have gotten away if he wasn't such a fucking retard. He would have gotten a fucking way. Even with the finding of the knife by the dad and the wallet and the blood, he would have gotten away because he could have cleaned that blood up. He could have said, I picked it up there. And they would have interrogated him. And he would have said, I don't know. That they would have nothing on him. And he would have been fine. But instead, he took the fucking head as a trophy. The hands as a trophy. And listen, boys, let that be a lesson to all of you. He was smelling the roses. He was admiring his punches. That's what he was doing. He was masturbating instead of actually doing what he wanted to do. You know what I mean? He was celebrating. Celebrating gets you fucked. In everything. When you're climbing up Mount Everest and you look down and you say, damn, bro, I've come pretty high. You stop climbing. When you cut off someone's head and then you go, damn, boy, I did that. You're not cutting other people's heads. You know what I mean? Jesus Christ. Oh, shit, bro. Yeah, he wanted to get caught. He wanted to get caught, bro.
In our washing machine, put it on high speed so it would effectively remove the blood. Washed it twice.
You'll notice again that not only is Brian's level of detail remarkable and disturbing, He talks about the steps he took to avoid getting caught.
Nah, but he's...
These will undoubtedly be important elements to any eventual prosecution as it goes to establishing his state of mind.
Yeah, he was calculating. Cold and calculating.
So you cut him open, did you cut his arms off, his hands off, all that before you went home?
Yeah, before I went home, I tossed the arm bits around. Like I took
Arm
the right
bits.
arm bit, threw it out,
Okay.
took the left arm bit, threw it
So
out.
live somewhere around that bridge?
Yeah, but look in a, because I know crime scenes can be a very wide area. You're going to want to look in a 10-foot area. So like, this is a zoom in. So here's the road. And here's where my car was parked.
Bro.
His corpse is here.
The interview continues to get more and more bizarre. In addition to
This guy could have been an engineer or something, bro. He was actually quite skilled. Bro. This guy could have been this guy could have been many things. He's actually quite skilled at describing. He's quite skilled at describing.
reliving the mutilation in full pantomime, Brian enthusiastically goes over the dimensions and location of the crime scene, as if he's a police lieutenant giving a briefing to his officers.
Hope I'm being cooperative. Oh, you're doing great. So you could have just walked over here.
I hope I'm being cooperative.
Trying to deceive
So that's right. And you threw. What all did you throw while you were there?
I don't understand.
How many am I looking for?
How he can be such a monster and such a gentleman at the same
this section and this section. Okay, just in this general area. I couldn't say where they are.
Armed with information they've been
looks
fed from
like a
the
guy who's genuinely
interrogation,
trying to help.
police officers descend on the area. There they find a scene that will no doubt haunt them for the rest of their lives.
It's right here. Yeah.
How
Because
can
there's
you
an
both
arm.
try to help and also kill him, man?
Hey.
The female cop starts to laugh when she sees an arm. It's unfortunate that the family and the court will hear this.
There's an arm, there's another arm.
Oh, Jesus.
Do some pictures.
There's another one.
Oh,
I don't have a clue.
This is like something out of TV.
Yeah. Discussion with the deputy chief about how these kids don't have any. Right here's a leg. That could be the upper arm or a leg.
Oh my.
Well, there's three. There, and there.
Pieces down there. I mean, if we can get the lab out here, that would be the best thing.
Oh, bro. Obviously, she's not laughing because she thinks it's funny. She thinks it's like ironic. Jesus Christ, bro. This is really happening.
As police officers less than half a mile away take measure of the bleak crime scene under the bridge, Detective Norcross probes more deeply into the whereabouts of the rest of Warren Barnes' remains.
You took, was it the head and the hands? And what did you put them in?
Well, there's a 3 rule for bodies. I like to call it the 3 rule.
Okay, tell me about that.
3 days, the body starts to stink. No, 3 hours, rigor mortis sets in. The body stiffens. 3 days, the body starts to stink because of decomposition. 3 weeks, the body is starting to seriously decompose.
Right.
3 months, the body is unrecognizable. 3 years, it turns into a skeleton.
And may I ask how you know that?
Bro.
I've always had a fascination with forensics and with anatomy and physiology. That's something I made up. So that's something I don't want to sound like I'm inventing something. But that's why I coined the 3 rule.
You kind of remember it that way.
Yeah.
That's your way of remembering.
Is it accurate?
Well, somewhat. So,
This
Is it accurate? Bro, yeah, 333. Illuminati numbers, bro. Jesus Christ. Yeah, this guy, The truth is, he says, 3 days it starts to stink. It's all very temperature dependent and humidity dependent, bro. If the temperature is high enough and the humidity is high enough in a day, bro, in a couple of hours it'll start to stink. in a couple of hours. And if it's cold enough, it won't stink for weeks, you know? Same with like the skeleton, bro. I'm pretty sure that if you drop it in the right place, that shit will become a skeleton in weeks. If you put it in the right place. You know, like it'll disappear. If you die in the Amazons, for example, I don't think they'll be able to find you, bro, after 3 weeks. I think a lot of things was like are gonna eat your body, you know?
Segment is fascinating for a number of reasons, not the least of which is the remarkable display of skill on the part of Detective Norcross, who makes Brian feel as though she's mesmerized by his account of the 3 rule. She gives him a moment of validation at the end, and Brian's satisfaction is obvious.
Yeah, he's very happy.
His ego is stroked, and he feels that he's earned the approval of the detectives.
Yeah, so what did you have the head and the hand at your house?
The head, I put, because it was starting to stink, I was planning on throwing the head and hands away. Not in the trash bag, not in the kitchen trash, but they were both in trash bags. The head was in a trash bag, I tied up the trash bag. Hands, I put in a trash bag as well. They were in Ziploc bags. And I was planning, do they sell empty paint buckets? I was planning to buy an empty paint bucket, put the head in it, seal it, and then I was going to throw it off in some dish.
Okay.
The hands I would throw in a different spot, wherever.
I'm sorry, I just want to make sure I have it right. The head is inside of a trash bag.
It was.
Well, where is it now?
My parents searched through my room and they found the head and hands.
Okay, and so are the head and the hands in the kitchen sink now?
Last time I checked.
Okay, so they're in the kitchen sink now because your parents put them there.
But they were in my closet.
As of now, investigators have only found a head, hands, and several pieces of arm. That leaves the mystery of where the rest of Warren Barnes is.
Obviously, he's
What exact kind of trash
in the
bag?
water.
White. White, like a kitchen one, or what? Like
a kitchen
okay. White kitchen.
One that you put in a trash can.
Yeah. And then what about the hands? They were inside Ziplocs, you said.
Both in the same, both in a different trash bag.
Okay, the white kitchen trash bag.
Yes.
But now they're in the kitchen sink.
Yes.
And you talked about cutting, I used to be a meat cutter. I know it's not easy, just cut off hands.
Oh yeah, it was with the knife. I was just.
So did you practice on anything else?
No.
Or how did you know how to do it?
No, I just went along as a process. The bones, I just pressed the blade down and went, sever them at the ligaments.
Okay. And how hard was it to do that? To get them actually?
Not particularly hard. I was just more frustrated that I broke this bone.
So if you hadn't got frustrated, what was your...
Frustrated? Why? Why is he frustrated that he broke his arm? Why is he frustrated that he broke his arm?
Because I always wanted to know what it felt like to cut up someone.
Okay.
So just.
So why did you stop? Where did you stop?
Because the arms were just, that's it. And that's all I wanted to know was like cutting off a limb. And I'm just like, okay.
Again, the mind reels when confronted with the nonchalant attitude Brian has toward discussing the murder and dismemberment of a human being.
And you said you studied criminology and forensics and all that?
Not college study or school study. It's like a passing interest.
I understand.
Oh, this is a passing interest? Passing interest for you?
Oh, God, totally.
So tell me about that and what you did there.
Well, I was figuring the police don't, this is not to be taken offense, but police, they don't seem to care as much about high-risk individuals, homeless people, prostitutes,
Yeah.
etc. So I was deliberately looking for someone who lived that type of life.
Yeah, so he wanted to
I'm a
kill
homeless
someone.
person, and the original goal was just leave him there. But I was worried about the fibers on the outfit I was wearing that would be on his clothes and stuff. So I deliberately messed up the clothes.
This is an outstanding amount of premeditation for a youth offender. It's a shocking amount for anyone, but particularly because of his age. His executive functioning is years from being developed, and yet he's thought so much of this through.
Yeah.
It's chilling to think what he may have been capable of had he not been caught. Brian remains
He would've kept
engaged,
killing.
casual, and even
He would've kept
jovial
killing.
as he
He likes
describes his
killing.
mindset on the night of the
Well,
murder.
they looked at him and
His
they were like,
detailed
wow.
concerns
He was
about
like,
getting caught will make it very
There's three- the
difficult
rule
for
is
his lawyers to
threes.
mount an
And he's
effective
like-
insanity defense. According to Kylan Like's mother, Heather Gale, this isn't the first time that Brian talked about choosing a victim on the outskirts of society.
Anything else things you've heard from Kylan come to mind?
She told me that he had mentioned that he was going to kill a homeless person because nobody would miss them and he could get away with it.
Yet once in an interview, Kylan tells a different story.
He never talked to me about wanting to kill a homeless person specifically, but he definitely talked to me a lot about like killing. And I was actually surprised because I figured that if he was going to do something like this, that it would be on a larger scale. Like I thought he would, I don't want to sound vulgar, but I figured if he was going to snap, it would be like shooting up a store or
And you're friends with this guy? You genuinely think that your friend is going to snap and shoot up a store and become a serial killer? But you're friends with him and you hang out with him? Bro, please, someone open up an investigation on this bitch. Someone open up an investigation on this bitch too. She retarded at the very least. She's evil at the most too. Jesus Christ.
something similar like that. And he had mentioned like not liking his neighbors, so I thought maybe something would happen there.
Bro.
So I was actually I was surprised that he had killed someone, but I was also surprised that it had only been one person.
So how long have you been planning or looking for someone to do this with before you found this guy? About a year. About a year? No, 6 months.
Brian's internet search history adds an interesting element to this as he looked up homicidal thoughts every day and how to cope with murderous thoughts.
So you come close or seen somebody or chickened out or anything in the past?
No. I mean, I was looking for a deliberately secluded place like that one. I wouldn't just go up in Clifton and find him walking down the street and stab him. No, that's too public. Everyone sees that.
Well, have you looked like at the homeless places or anything in the past?
I have, yes. I would go on night drives often, maybe once every 2 weeks. Now just
bro, he's literally hunting.
So before this guy,
he's hunting,
how close
bro.
have you come in the past?
Not at all.
He's literally hunting.
Yeah, look, just try and find
Is anybody interesting?
No.
In your mind thought of a plan?
Well, occasionally when you see girls walking down the street, I take a glance at them.
I think he's telling the truth. I don't think he's killed someone else. He would have said it. He seems too proud of killing to not admit it. You know? He seems way too proud of like the process to not say like, yeah, I actually killed a bunch of other people you guys didn't find. You know?
Because it really is like Ed Kemper, where half of me says, well, I'm quite inept with women. I'm being honest, I'm no Casanova.
I'm quite inept with women, except one of his only friends is a girl. And he tells her everything. And she comes over to his house and sleeps there for a month. I don't get it, bro. I don't understand. I don't understand, bro. Also, what a crazy girl, bro. What a crazy bitch.
But after me says,
That girl
I want to
cray
take that
too.
girl home and make her feel nice. And the other half of me, it's just like what Ed said, is I want to see what her head looks like on a stick.
Brian is describing a mindset that's detestable, yet he delivers it with a smile and a laugh. His obvious excitement in describing both his mindset and the murder raises questions about his psychological history. As well, another internet search Brian made reveals that he may have considered other sickening plans as well, as he searched for how do people react to a home invasion. However grisly Brian's sense of humor might seem, it's again worth noting that it's a trait his friends are familiar with. One of Brian's friends, Patrick Rahor, spoke with police.
Our whole friend group was like
really weird where like all of those, we're just a group of people like didn't really fit anywhere else and end up like fighting each other at
Okay,
different
so
points
a
throughout
group
school.
of
We
serial
were just all
killers.
kind of weird together, and so like the off-filler stuff and like anything that like seemed
Oh
weird, I
my
just kind of like
god,
took
bro.
for Brian being Brian and just kind of tried to accept it.
However, even his friend must admit that Brian was different.
So
Our
everyone
friend
was
group would joke about if there was one of us that would like be a killer, it would be him, but it was like meant as a joke and only as a joke. I don't think any of us actually thought that something like that would or could happen.
I mean, Kaylin
If his
did.
friends thought this, was there a chance that his parents did
Kaylin
too?
did.
Tell me about Brian. Does he have any kind of mental
Kaylin thought he was gonna kill people.
disabilities? You were told he had ADHD. Okay, so we put him on ADHD medicine. I think they took that during the summer or weekends when we went to middle school. He started exhibiting antisocial behavior, just saying things to get kids riled up and thinking it was funny. And then when we switched to Fruta High School, he did
Why
okay
even
in
joke?
9th grade, 10th grade. He got in a lot of trouble, a lot of behavior issues.
Because those humans are
11th
weird, bro, but
grade,
most of the time nothing happens.
and they said, kids don't get
Except for times like this.
So we put him in R5.
Where they actually like,
to come
you know.
and did some testing for ADHD and whatnot through Division of Rehab. And the doctor had said, yes, he's ADHD. Yes, he's autistic.
Yeah.
Yes, he's this.
Yeah, some
and
of them
there's some
professors.
indications that he should get further testing because of potential psychosis. And I asked about referrals and called, and nobody in town would see him. Okay, well, he seems to be doing good. You know, he graduated high school. He works at Safeway, and he's been working there for a year in August.
Hmm.
And he said he's not taking his medication, or is he on medications now?
But,
he's on ADHD
but ADHD
medicine.
medication doesn't make you do
He
any of
takes
that.
before work on his part-time job, and he takes sertraline.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Antidepressant. Okay, so he's been diagnosed.
Sertraline.
And to the best of your knowledge, is he actually taking them? Like, do you watch him take them? I don't watch him take them, but I have the alarm set, and every night at 10 p.m. I say, Brian, take your medicine. And he says, I know, I am. And as I've looked at his pill container, I mean, it's going, you know, seems to be going down. Okay. So I assumed he was taking it.
About, I'm thinking 3 years ago? I'm guessing, I don't know. Because we had him go to counseling, he was going to counseling, and he just thought about it, it just came across his head. It was just, but then I think everybody thinks about it, but I just I remember one of the times when he was really lonely and that was an issue.
Everybody thinks about what?
He made jokes about making nooses or doing that and doing that. Okay. But I don't know, I just take it off as normal talk, but I'm like, you know, Brian, we wouldn't, you know,
Everyone thinks about suicide, is what he said. Yeah, the family's cooked. The family's cooked, bro, because honestly, thinking about suicide isn't a normal thing. It's just most people don't do that. That's what he was referencing. Most people don't joke about killing themselves. Most people don't. I do, but I'm weird. Like, most people don't. And if your whole family jokes about suicide, I don't, like, that is not a good thing.
I didn't know the depth of the water. I don't understand. He's obviously sick. He's obviously very sick because we've noticed weird things about him. Some days he gets cold. Just he looks at me and he has this cold look on his face.
Just like he's been so far, Brian makes no qualms about admitting his battles with mental health.
You say you have a major depressive disorder? I'm just curious what those are.
Well, actually, I have several. I have high-functioning Asperger's.
Hold on.
ADHD. And major depressive disorder.
Okay.
Major depressive, so you were wondering what that last one is?
Yeah, I know what they are. I was curious, what the exact diagnosis was and who diagnosed them.
They tested me for autism for a formal diagnosis, like Asperger's, which is high-functioning autism.
Yep.
And they also said I was schizo something. That isn't me misremembering. They just said you're schizo something, whether that be schizophrenia, schizoaffective, schizotypal or schizoid disorder. They said I had something that was schizo.
The detectives are once again trying to delve into Brian's psychology, attempting to prove that he knew right from wrong at the time of the murder. His search history adds another layer to his story as he looked up extreme paranoia, schizoid and paranoid personality disorder, and avoidant personality.
That's never formally diagnosed as anything like that.
Do you feel like you had that?
I don't know. Possible as hell. Self-diagnosing is foolish.
Yeah, but do you?
High functioning? Yeah, he is high functioning. High functioning doesn't mean good. There are people with autism that cannot function. Like, at all. They can't communicate. They will bang their head against the wall. They will shit themselves and throw shit. They will eat the shit. They will... Like, low functioning autism is horrible, bro. High functioning is... He can work in society, but there's a little bit different stuff. But it doesn't mean they are good or evil or anything like that, right? Like, it's separate. Thought that was only as a youth? No. No, dude. It can be way worse than Down syndrome. Because people with Down syndrome can have a job, they can work a normal job, they can have a house, they can have a car and stuff like that. Low functioning autism, bro. They can't have a job, it's real bad, bro. Like, it's real. They can't communicate, they can't have a job, they can't... Yeah, it's bad. He is high functioning. 100%, because he can communicate, he can talk to people, he can, like, somewhat get along.
Schizophrenia is pretty clear because people recognize they have a different personality in there.
I don't have any hallucinations.
Okay.
I have.
Yeah, it's almost...
have delusions, I guess.
Almost shouldn't even be called autism spectrum. Like, it shouldn't even be called autism spectrum. Because there are levels to it.
People watching me from every window. The birds were...
Like I said, people with Down syndrome can have, like, pretty normal-ish lives. You know, they can hold down a job, they can be responsible, they can be somewhat, like, they can learn stuff.
That's
Low functioning autism.
Schizophrenia is.
They get bigger, but their mind just... And they just get bigger and they get angrier, and it's really bad.
You have multiple people talking to you at the same time, kind of a thing.
No one was talking to me.
Okay.
There's a very good reason they're asking these questions. Because Brian said he has some kind of schizo diagnosis, they're trying to determine if he committed the crime under some kind of command hallucination, which may mean he could be deemed not guilty by reason of insanity. However, Brian denies having voices in his head. As well, his search history goes far in showing exactly what he was thinking about in the lead up to the murder.
Las Vegas pickaxe attack caught on tape. How deadly is a pickaxe? When a human with an axe was a human with a pickaxe. How deadly is a pickaxe? Scarborough rapist. 5 ways to knock someone out with 1 hit. Bro. Is it really to knock someone out in real life as in the movies? How is it to knock someone out unconscious by hitting the head with something hard? My God, bro. Paul Bernardo, Carla Homolka. Crazy schoolgirl killers. Daytona Beach killer. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God, bro. Jesus Christ.
One day before and again on the day of the murder, Brian pulled up Wikipedia articles for several notorious killers, including James Dale Ritchie, Joseph Christopher, and Andrea Yates. In the month leading up to the murder, he also looked up topics such as how do people react to being held at knife point, How deadly is a neck stab wound? And he
Bro.
read an article about the killing of a homeless man in Baton Rouge.
What did you think would happen if you got caught? Well, I figured my mother would have confronted me about it, but no, she was,
Yeah, I've never heard of
she
those
didn't
names,
even
bro.
say it. Do you know who the
But
person
he
was
has.
that you killed? No. I took his wallet. I didn't look at it. I just picked it up, briefly scanned over it, and put it in my car. Apparently, it was Warren. My mom told me this before she found out that the missing person was Warren Brown, born in '63.
Brian doesn't seem particularly interested in knowing more about his victim, and the detectives turn Brian back to the subject of the evidence.
So we talked about the stuff there we're going to go look for.
What a monster.
Mom's off in the sink, apparently. Yeah. The knife is where? My dad found it in the glove box. I don't know where it is.
What did the knife look like that you found in the...
You know when you buy like a 10-piece knife set, the biggest one in there?
Okay.
I think
Oh,
when
man.
we moved Terry to the daycare, we probably bought all new kitchens, and I think he just took it out of the kitchen. Because we found it in his car before. Brian, you don't need this. Dad, I do. I don't trust anybody.
Okay. You don't find any blood or anything on it. I cleaned it. All this
The father might be slightly autistic too.
right here. And its head in his hands. Its head in his hands. All right.
The way he speaks, the way he moves.
You were wearing a dark blue one-piece jumper set. You know the movie Halloween?
The father slightly, yeah.
He wears one of those.
Yeah.
And for Halloween last year, I bought that as a costume.
I mean, you don't be nervous, but I think the father.
Yeah, I just associated that piece of that article of clothing with violence. That's why I was wearing it.
Well, like, bro, he had kids, he had a family, he had everything.
As horrifying as all of this is, nothing they've heard so far can prepare investigators for the rest of the seismic revelations to come. First, however, detectives have a simple question for the killer sitting before them.
Have you ever done it before?
No.
Okay. You gotta ask, right?
Yeah.
How about animals?
Have you practiced on anything? Yes.
It's pretty big stuff. Tell us about that.
It was 2018 Halloween. A stray black cat had been coming around our house. This was before I moved into my mom's. This was at my
Always
dad's.
black cats.
And I was thinking about killing it.
The video is redacted in this part, but the transcript from the sheriff's office says that Brian told detectives that he herded the cat into a sleeping bag and beat it, strangled it, and snapped its neck. He then decapitated the cat, hid the body in a shoebox, and hid the head in a wine cork box. It seems clear that Brian has a sick interest in decapitation. There are chilling parallels between what he did to the cat and to Warren, including decapitation and keeping the heads in boxes. Both times he preyed on those he knew were vulnerable and that he believed no one would notice.
And then I disposed it in the trash and got away with it. Okay. That cat. Did you keep him for a while like you did this guy, or? I kept it for 3 days. Then it started to stink. Is that where you got the 3 days?
Yeah, there was.
Also because bacteria starts to close the body after a day to 3 days, so.
The story that Brian might have killed a cat is actually a widespread rumor in Grand Junction.
Did you ever hear about Brian, either from him or anybody else, about him killing a cat?
Yes, I remember hearing about it, but it also just sounded like made-up rumor, so I didn't really think anything about it.
Did you ever talk to him directly about it?
He made that rumor about himself.
Might have. I don't really remember.
Do you ever remember him saying, yes, I did
He
that,
made that
or no, I
rumor about
didn't,
himself.
anything like that? Okay, but you'd heard rumors that
He's
possibly
that
it
type of
happened, but
fucking
never
retard.
really got to the bottom of it?
Patrick is not the only one to hear rumors of this type and ignore them, saying it was some kind of a sick joke.
I know that there was another girl in that class who told me that she lived near him in that neighborhood and that they were always missing cats, and she felt like he was stealing cats in the neighborhood.
And honestly, I don't remember if I found that out through him or through friends. But yeah, I definitely know about the cat.
Did you believe that, or did you think it was just Brian saying something outrageous?
Honestly, I don't know. I think I believed it, but that I didn't want to because I am a big animal lover, and that's just, I didn't want to see my friend in that kind of light. I remember my friends just talking about how messed up it was, and my friend Sean said that he knew the person whose cat it was, and he was super upset because the cat was like super friendly or whatever. But I don't think I ever heard it around Brian himself.
In a redacted portion of the interrogation video, Brian admits to finding a dead groundhog by the side of the road,
And
which he
decapitating it.
skinned and attempted to make leather out of approximately a year before the murder.
It sounds like you killed a cat. Well, actually, I was thinking of killing people during the cat, but I wasn't acting on it. But I started seriously thinking about killing people a year ago. How about when you were 12? Did you think about killing people? No. So what in your life has changed? What in your mind has changed to make you? I don't know. Was it like something all of a sudden one day you woke up and thought I'll kill someone, or was it a gradual? It was gradual, I think. So tell me about when those thoughts first started happening. Well, in high school.
The interrogation is again redacted here, but Brian says, quote, "Called me weird, but I think everyone has had thoughts of shooting up their school. I suppose I just don't really like people."
But he wanted to read really bizarre things and things that we didn't have in the library. I remember he actually checked out a book about Son of Sam, and then the next quarter he wanted to read about the Columbine shootings. He was very obsessed with just that kind of darker stuff.
You mentioned a writing assignment. I can't remember anything specific just because it's been so long, but it does seem like there was at some point something he wrote, an idea about Columbine or something like that. And I can't remember really the specifics.
Okay.
It's more of a sense that he had an unhealthy fascination with school shootings.
Back in the interrogation, Brian tells
Bro, if I wanted to shoot up the school, I wouldn't be writing papers on how I love Dylan Klebold and the other fucking cringe hawk, whatever his name is. Like, they literally just want to get caught. They want to get caught. They're like other people thinking that they are dangerous individuals. You know what I think? You know what I mean? It's like, bro, why are you handing that paper in? They're going to think you're a serial killer. They're going to think you're a school shooter. Why? It might be okay to shoot up a school. Jesus Christ, bro. Why are you handing that paper in to your school teacher?
the detectives that this isn't the first time his family has found something unsettling in his room.
Last year, my parents found a kit I had been assembling. It had hammers, shovels, knives, large zip ties, duct tape, saw. That was meant for hurting people. They found it though, and I had convinced them it was for other methods, for other things. And it was an ultimatum where if I didn't throw it away, all that, they would call the police. And then I would have been arrested on charges of conspiracy. That was last year. Before
Jesus Christ.
So what made you put that kit together?
You wanted to put people up.
For nights like that.
So back then you were thinking about doing that?
Yes. So that was $100 thrown away.
In an interview, Brian's high school teacher recalls that his parents didn't seem overly interested in his disturbing behavior.
We weren't obviously the only class that was having issues with him, and I remember said that they had met with mom, and she kind of, I think they said, like, didn't really understand, like, what kind of, like, what's the big deal sort of thing. Like, she wasn't really like, yeah, this is serious, or we need to get ahead of it. It sounded like they didn't get anywhere with her, from what I remember.
Indeed, a friend of Brian's mom notes that Terry felt that school authorities were unfairly singling out her son.
Terry had like a binder, I remember, of information that she had conflicts with District 51.
Okay.
I know growing up as a kid, he was really teased in school, that they would call him like four-eyed, geek, loser, dork, all that stuff.
But the detectives in the interrogation room are more...
Did they lie? Did they lie? The problem is when you do that about someone, right, you can actually make it a self-fulfilling prophecy. If everyone points at someone and says, you're a monster, 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 that person usually is going to say, no, I'm not, no, I'm not, no, I'm not, no, I'm not, no, I'm not. Yes, I am. Eventually. Like, you know, you spawned it into existence, bro. You spoke the devil into existence.
More interested about his murderous intentions in the preceding months.
I'm really curious, when you talked about the hammer and the shovels and the knives and like the zip ties, I mean, what was kind of your plan then? That's a little bit different than you did this time.
Oh yeah.
So what was the plan back then?
The plan was to go find, because there's no prostitutes in Grand Junction, I don't think. Have you ever had any?
Us humans, we're all obsessed with human connection. We all want human connection. And when you reject someone for so long, they are obsessed with breaking that human connection. They don't just go and chill somewhere. They go and destroy all the human connections that they can find. That's what happens. We're all wired towards that human connection aspect. We all want to be around people that we like. We all want to have friends. We all want to have families. We all want to be part of a group, part of a team. You know, and if everything rejects you, then you will say, fuck all the teams, and you will go to war with everyone. He didn't go to war with everyone. He went to war with a specific kind of people. You know, yeah.
Sex crimes.
Yeah.
Good night, Mom. Love
There's
you.
not prostitutes like 5 of them standing alongside the road, but there's prostitutes at Grand Junction.
Yeah, the plan was to go with one of them and have them come with me. And then the plan was to subdue them and tie them up and then torture her.
Why?
So what made you not go back to the same
Why
plan?
torture
And get, you know, if you kind of had that as a plan.
Would I have been caught?
Well, I don't know. My point is, if your folks, your mom found your stuff, right?
Yes.
And got rid of it. Why didn't you go back to that plan? Why change plans?
Too much risky.
Oh.
First time in a row, they'll be like, okay, that's really suspicious, but okay, we forgive you, don't do it again.
Okay.
Second time in a row, we're calling the police on you.
Oh.
I didn't want.
Bro, this guy's smart. He's calculating. Yeah, this guy's a problem. We gotta get rid of this motherfucker. We gotta get rid of this motherfucker, bro. This guy thinks way too hard and way too much about ways to kill people. This guy comes out and he's gonna kill someone.
Do that
Again.
Okay, fair enough. And so they didn't call the police?
No, because they gave me an
Love you, Mom.
ultimatum.
Mom,
have them
tomorrow,
throw it all
early
away
stream.
or call the police. So I threw it all away.
Detective Norcross does an excellent job showing great interest in Brian's kits and his previous plans, all of which encourages the suspect to keep talking and helps build a strong case against him.
Hey, Mom.
At this point, the video is redacted, but according
Boys,
to the
everyone say
transcript,
goodnight to my mother,
the
please.
detectives ask Brian if he ever expressed any of his dark thoughts to his parents.
I should not please
He
say
tells
it
them
now.
yes, but only disguised as jokes. For instance, he once said, quote, "Wouldn't it be funny if you sold a lipstick with mercury on it to those beauty pageant queens, and they got poisoned because of their pride?"
Jesus Christ, bro.
Brian was making these kinds of comments while in high school, as his teacher shares.
And then he would just say some bizarre things like to get a rise out of class, kind of to try and get attention on him, like just say a racial slur or, you know, just kind of be loud and obnoxious to try and get attention.
Were those outbursts like pretty random just in the middle of class? Or
Well, like one was watching a video, I think it's about like Genghis Khan or something. He said something like, you know, an Asian racial slur. I think it was, oh, he got that or something.
Okay.
Of course.
Bro, the teacher's like, oh, one of them was like, it was on black people, and he said, yo, get that. And the cop is like, and the teacher's like, what did he say? He said, get that. Jesus, bro.
Of course, the matter before investigators today isn't Brian's inappropriate humor, but his actions on the night of the murder, and the revelations from that night are far from over. Brian finally reveals the twisted true story behind his mishap with his car and the river 2 nights ago.
Yeah,
what were you doing down
that's
there?
where he
Well,
dumped the
I
body.
felt like I needed to get out, and I figured, why not park here and just relax a little bit, relax and think.
As it turns out, Brian's road trip to the Blue Heron boat ramp had absolutely nothing to do with relaxation. He explains to the detectives that after he murdered Warren Barnes, he returned home to try and sleep.
But I was worried that because there was a hole in my glass right here, I was worried that they would be able to obtain a partial print. So I figured, why not go all the way? I drove back in a different outfit, picked up his body, surprisingly heavy, put it in my trunk, and drove to the Blue Heron drop-off station. I parked So it's like this, right? So let's say this is ground. The ramp is quite steep, and you need to have four-wheel drive to pull out of it.
Okay.
And my car didn't. So I pull in. I thought that I could drive out because I put it in reverse. A, so that it's easier to pull the body out, and B, because the back tires would provide propulsion to push up.
Right.
And I open the trunk. I take his body out. I put it in the water, and because I don't want fingerprints on a body, so I just try moving it with my shoes. That works successfully. He goes out some part in the river and floats off.
Okay.
God knows where he is now.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe a he. He's dead.
Still a he.
Okay, yeah. God knows where he is now. I think my guess was that it would be discovered this morning or next morning, so keep an eye out for any river-related activity.
Okay.
To inevitably drive out.
Yeah.
My car didn't come out.
From Blue Heron.
Yeah, from Blue Heron.
Yeah.
Bro, and he finds
I
it
tried
funny.
putting it full throttle.
Yeah.
That doesn't work. My car didn't have four-wheel drive. Stupid me.
Okay.
And so then I tried putting it in low gear. I'm trying everything with this.
Right.
And it still doesn't come out. And then it slides into the river.
Oh.
My car slides into the river, me inside. And so I'm there in a car quickly being flooded with water.
Okay.
It is the middle of February.
It's cold.
God tried to kill him. God tried to kill him, bro. And we must finish God's quest. This guy. You know what I mean? This guy. Bro. This guy's gonna become a serial killer if you let him out.
Yeah. In the river,
Yeah.
that's almost
God
freezing.
tried to strike him down, bro.
I almost died. So I'm able to climb out. I don't see the body. So I'm
Listen, bro, we're gonna work with God on this one.
I'm sitting there. I need to act fast or else I'll die of hypothermia. I'm panicking a bit at this point. I'm gonna.
Not just this one.
This is what
Always.
I'm remembered for dying of hypothermia and a botched
But it's
attempt
God's
at
way.
hiding a body, and I'm just like.
Once again, we see Brian in good spirits while sharing what could pass as an amusing anecdote if it were not for the horrifying truth behind what he's describing. His story also shows that he has a preoccupation with how he'll be remembered.
And what did you tell your parents? I mean, you obviously, gotta tell them something. The car's in the river.
Yeah. So what I say is, I feel like I need to get out. I often do. I feel like I need to get out in my thoughts. Have you ever felt that?
Absolutely.
So I'd say that I drive down to the Blue Heron Point and just park and just turn off the car and think. And I tell them that I'm stupid and I park too low. And then my car slides in the river.
Okay. Did they believe you?
Yes. And then the police came. I didn't do a breathalyzer test because I wasn't drinking.
Was it the police or the sheriff?
This guy's very smart.
Okay.
In addition to the rest of the damning evidence Brian relays to the detectives, he now
He's very
reveals that he
smart.
was not intoxicated.
Very manipulative. He knows that if he says, look, I fucked up. I was stupid. I messed up. I'm sorry. People are gonna say, yeah, you were stupid and you did mess up. But you're a kid. It happens. He knows that. This guy is high level manipulation, bro.
On the night of the murder, closing off another potential defense in court.
However, what immediately caught the police's attention is blood from the body was on the reverse bumper. I forgot to wipe it off. And I was so panicked that I wasn't thinking. And so when they pull it out, they immediately see blood on the bumper.
So, killed a homeless person, stabbed them, cut the arms off, threw them, cut his head off, kept it in his closet, kept his hands in his closet, dumped the body on his car after a day. Like, he went back, picked the body up, dropped it. Car got stuck in the embankment, fell into the water as he had already gotten rid of the body. Cops were called, tow company was called, parents were like, oh my god, you stupid child. He was like, I'm stupid, my bad. They pulled it out, cops noticed blood or something coming out the back. They didn't test it, they didn't check anything, no pictures, No, nothing. They take it back to the homes, the family's home. The father finds a wallet and a knife. The father calls. The father calls some place and says, "Hey, I found the wallet at the like the embankment, right?" The father is like, "Jesus Christ, our kid might have killed someone." Mother looks into the closet, finds a head and hands. Immediately calls the dad, "Get your ass over here." Dad comes over. Then they tell him to come over, and they also called the cops. And now he's just giving the full story, bro. And this guy enjoyed it. Like, he enjoyed it. Every single part of it. He's joking around with the cops about what happened. He's keeps smiling, keeps being proud of the shit that he did.
There is nothing in the trunk.
Ah, okay. And that happened this morning?
No, they noticed it after I'd been sent home at 3 a.m.
Okay.
They noticed the blood, but yeah, this morning they noticed more blood on the door handle, the other door handle, passenger one, and also the multi-layered gloves in the car. I took them out, and obviously my car went murdered before I was able to throw them away.
Sure. So did the cops talk to you guys about that this morning?
Mm-hmm.
Did the cops from the police department, did they talk to you about that this morning?
No, I was not contacted.
Oh.
Brian's car was pulled out of the river in the early morning hours of February 28th, and this interrogation takes place the next day.
Oh, hey! I was just going for a drive, which is wild because up until very recently, the thought of driving more than 5 minutes...
All they were planning to do with me today is get my insurance information.
Sure.
And they were still curious about the blood.
Did they ask you about that?
No, because they did not notice it while I was still there.
So when you say they were curious about the blood, how do you know that they were curious?
Because my parents told me.
Oh.
They saw the blood too, and they were curious, but I said, I don't know where the blood came from. And they thought maybe it was this cut, but obviously a cut doesn't produce that much blood. And they said maybe it was the recovering abscess under my arm, but that's scabbed up. So they didn't know what to believe this day because it's blood, it's sticky, it's sinewy, but I can't name a source. So they were just
and they looked into the closet and found a head. Human head.
This is another spot of his oddly placed laughter, showing that he really enjoys talking about the sick details. However, his position of superiority didn't last long. Police do indeed find more blood in and on the car, confirming Brian's tale.
And I was worried about just how long it would take to find him, because it's a somewhat traveled road. Police have a nose for that type of thing. They're trained to be able to identify the smell of a corpse. And obviously that was...
I don't think they're trained for that.
The true story of what happened at the boat ramp will come as news to his friend Kylan Like, with whom Brian shared a very different account. First, though, on the very same night that he dumped Warren's body into the river, Brian messaged a group on Discord, which Kylan was part of. He wrote, "So, I totaled my car. It's in the river." One of his friends replied, "What? You okay?" Brian wrote back, "Yeah, I okay. My car aren't, though."
So I said, "Hey, are you okay? I don't have Discord RN, but I heard the news." And he said, "Yeah, I'm fine. Almost died, LOL. Sorry for the late response. My phone was off." I said, "It's okay. What happened?" He said, "I was out driving, needed to clear my thoughts, so I park at the boat ramp, drop off at the river, but my dump parks on the dirt and mud ramp. So when I try and leave, it gets stuck. I don't have my phone on me because it's dead. I try shimmying it, low gearing it, nothing works. Then it slides into the river, me inside. I'm able to get out, drenched in cold water, 1 a.m. I responded, "Oh my god."
Bro,
He
this
said,
boy-
"It's freezing out in February at night. I
This
know
boy
I'll
got
die
no
of
raise.
hypothermia if I don't act fast, so
This boy got no raise, bro. They talk about triple texting. This motherfucker out here quintuple texting, sextuple texting. Jesus Christ.
I make my way onto the road and wait for a car that takes 5 minutes.
I mean, I do the same
flag
thing.
him down, and the Samaritans help me by letting me use their phone to call my parents and to heat up in their car. I said, "Jesus Christ, dude." He said, "They arrived, the police are called, and we collectively decide to wait until tomorrow to tow it out. So in summary, I nearly died and am out of a car. It was towed out this morning, but I'm fine. Sorry for the wall of text. That was my Saturday night.
The Samaritans Brian mentioned are Durwood Pfeiffer and his grandson Kellen, who stopped to help him that night. In an interview, Kellen describes Brian's behavior at the boat ramp.
During the encounter, before his family got there, he kept kind of pacing around and saying, "I'm effed," expletive, and try to calm down a little bit because I thought he was kind of concerned about his family finding out he crashed his car in the river or something. And I was like, hey, it's going to be okay, And it seemed to calm down a little bit, but I just remember it was a little off-putting how he just kept on pacing, saying, "I'm effed, I'm effed, I'm effed," this over and over and over again, so.
With his attempts to dispose of the body and cover his tracks, Brian is showing clearly that he knows right from wrong.
Yeah.
His mindset is further demonstrated by his search history on the day after the murder, when he looked up how to wipe data from Android phone. Does a river wash away evidence? How to dispose of organic refuse. His history also contains numerous searches for information on serial killers,
Jesus Christ.
a subject Brian has great interest in.
I read books. I have a book on forensics.
Okay. Did you read the book, the Ted Bundy book?
No, it was on the internet.
Yeah, okay. All right. And Pete has studied him too. Yeah. So.
Crazy. Do you know who Ed Gain? No, Ed in California. Yeah. Ed Kemper. Yeah. Studied him? I know of him. He was a Goliath. He was 6'9", 300 pounds. So can I ask you a question? Almost all those people did this for some sort of, whether they had sex with the body or it was some sexual gratification in their mind. Criminology, there's
Not him.
different types of. I'm not a serial killer by no means. But with serial killers, there's different types of them. There's organized, disorganized, visionary, missionary. I'm just wondering what gets you excited about doing it? Well, I'm not really sexually attracted to it. Okay. I was just asking.
Yeah, I don't
Brian's
think
statement that he found no attraction to the concept of murder is doubtful, given his excitement at the chance to relive the killing by telling the officers every
But
little
sexually
detail of the
attracted to
crime.
it is one thing.
Still, the detectives are determined to figure out the why behind Brian's gruesome action.
No. Excited is one thing. Sexually excited is another thing. It's a different thing, bro. The fucking Jeffrey Dahmer was sexually excited by like the organs. He was literally sexually excited. This guy, yeah, his ego is in a stroke. That's not.
So I'm curious.
I don't think he fucked the buddies or anything.
Have you ever thought about? So it sounds like you've had like Ted Bundy sex type stuff. Ed Kemper just kill people because you want to kill somebody, plus the sex stuff. How about Jeffrey Dahmer? It wasn't really inspired by it. It was just more. I'm just trying to think of all the people these people can do it, so can I.
Brian's claim that he's not inspired by serial killers is somewhat undermined by that last remark. The following part of the video is redacted, but we know from the transcript that Brian tells the detectives that his nickname in high school was Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
He says he had a reputation that he would become a serial killer.
When we would do different group activities, sometimes we would have like different personas or whatever. And he'd be like, "I'll be Jeffrey." I'm like, "No, you're not." I do remember that specifically. He was very obsessed with Jeffrey Dahmer, and is it Dylan Klebold, the Columbine shooter, was obsessed with him.
Yeah.
I remember actually talking to my mom and saying, "Take this name to your prayer group." I mean, and I remember talking to another teacher and saying, "If any kid's gonna shoot at Fruit of Monument, it's this kid."
In an interview, Brian's high school friend
Bro, every time this happens, there are a billion fucking clues where people don't do anything. Nobody sat down with him and tried to talk to him. Nobody tried to fucking be like, "Hey man, what's going on?" Nobody. Like, there was a rumor that he killed the cat. There was a rumor that he was gonna fucking shoot up the school. Well, that wasn't a rumor of that, but people were like, if anybody's gonna shoot up the school, this guy's gonna be it. There was a rumor that he killed the cat. He would make morbid ass fucking jokes. People would call him Jeffrey Dahmer. Like, bro. I don't know if this guy became this because this is what he was meant to be, or because everybody pushed him that way. You know? Everybody was like, yeah, you're Jeffrey Dahmer. Yeah, you are the guy who killed the cat. Yeah, you are the guy who's gonna shoot up the school. You know what I mean? I wonder how much of it is avoidable. I think for some people it's unavoidable. I think some people are just unavoidable, you know? Some people have a certain thing in life where no matter what happens to them, bro, they keep on that path. But there are other people that move this way and move that way and get pushed into this. And people tell them, hey, you're really good at football. And they get really obsessed with football because somebody told them that they were good at football. You know, and there are people who are like, you are very bad at football, but that kid keeps playing. You fucking suck at football. That kid keeps playing. You fucking suck at football. That kid keeps playing. Eventually, the kid becomes a football player. You know what I mean? But there are those who could have been great, and it's like, oh, you're wasting your time. And they're like, oh, yeah, I am wasting my time. And then you see them and you're like, bro, you're big, you're athletic, you're 200 and something pounds. You were a fucking star. You were not wasting your time. You could have become that. You know? Like, I wonder how much you need to push someone to make them become a killer. I wonder what has to happen for a normal person to become a killer. I think most serial killers are fucked from the get-go. But even then, when you look into their life stories, right, a lot of serial killers have like horrible shit happen when they were kids. Abuse, sexual abuse, fucking like traumatic shit, you know what I mean? But then there are others where it's like, no, I had a great childhood. I just wanted to kill people. You know? Those are the ones who are born like different, but there are others who are definitely transformed. This guy, I mean, nothing really happened to him when he was a child. At least he hasn't spoke about it. He seems pretty fucking good with people, to be honest. He knows what's funny. He knows how to make a joke. He knows how to talk with people. He's slightly manipulative. Like, this guy is pretty fucking normal, apart from the killing people and enjoying killing people. But apart from that, he's pretty fucking normal. He's got a friend group on Discord. Not everyone likes him, you know? But he seems quite joyous. He seems okay. Yeah, there are rumors and shit, which is... but he comes off... He doesn't come off as, like... How would I call it? He doesn't come off as a Jeffrey Dahmer where you go, oh, this guy is sick in the head. Like, this guy is truly sick. You know? And if Jeffrey was talking to you about any other topic that wasn't death, you'd be like, this guy's sick. There's something off with this guy. This guy, not so much. This guy, not so much. Which is why I believe when he says I'm not really sexually
And
attracted by
Patrick
it.
Rahor recalls a Halloween party they both attended.
Do you remember a costume that he wore?
Yeah, he wore
Michael
a Jeffrey Dahmer
Myers.
costume.
Okay.
Jeffrey
And I
Dahmer.
heard he was Mike Myers one year. Was that he was actually Jeffrey Dahmer?
It's
Is
a
that-
I might have
Halloween.
been mixing up the years because we had a couple of
It's
Christmas
giving
parties.
Phil
but
community
sorry,
vibes.
Halloween
Yeah,
parties.
but
But yeah,
he
I think he's
also-
like dressed up as a serial killer a couple of times.
When he was, I
also
guess,
has
Jeffrey Dahmer,
friends.
how did that look? I guess how did his costume look?
I mean, it was like jeans, a plaid shirt, and like big glasses, which honestly was like not too entirely different from what he normally wore.
His obsession with crime, serial killers,
Yeah,
and
his
all things
obsession.
morbid was something that his parents had
His
noticed
obsession
too.
with crime and stuff. And he is a little bit weird, but he's not that weird.
And crime scene. And so he was talking
Except for the part when he says, well, I wanted to just cut them up, and then
having your
the part
job.
where he cuts the cat's head
And so
off. That
I
is...
had purchased online a
And the
crime
human
scene
head off.
investigation book for him. You know, it's like ones that you probably read it when you first started out in college. And so I gave that to him, and I was like, so here, Brian, you know, let's channel that curiosity into something positive that you can affect a good change in the world. And he's like, yeah, that's my plan, Mom. I'm not going to say always had a fascination. You know, I'm going to say in the last few years. And is it like shows that he watches or like not ready to do things just to create a scene, you know what I mean?
Not me, what's the rub? The rub is, this guy rubbed somebody's neck too hard. You know, he rubbed somebody in the neck too hard, and it... Huh? I want to buy some cult. Look at the things they have. Cult collectives. I did not just see what I saw. That's fake. That's fake. That's fake. That thing that I saw on the tree, that's fake. Look, as someone who is very in tune with people, someone who is very in tune with people, bro, somebody who is very personable, somebody who has a lot of friends, somebody who is very joyous. Okay, I will tell you this. I have felt the pull into like the dark side from these videos, you know? Because I know for myself, whenever somebody said, give that guy the fucking huacang, right? I would say, but do we know it was him? You know? But do we know it was him? But like this, that, and the other, you know? And I always said, what if the person's innocent? What if this, that, the other? And I still believe that that is the right path through life. But there was a moment where we were watching these every night, right? Every night we were watching Evil a couple of months ago. And I definitely felt a pull towards saying, nah, bro, just fucking kill him. Just kill these fucking serial killers, bro. Just get rid of them. You know? So my mind was changed. My mind that wants to preserve life. My mind that wants to help people. My mind that wants to help people's souls was somewhat corrupted into just saying, fuck that guy, bro. Fucking, you know? Now imagine if you don't have that light and you're consuming the documentaries and that's all you're consuming. Bro, that dark energy starts to pull you, man. that dark energy starts to pull you. And if you're not surrounded by the light, like I am, you become that fucking darkness, you know? So I am going to upload the evil videos that we've been reacting to. I am gonna do that. But I want people to know, like, hey bro, you can't only be watching these things. Okay? Like, Iwu works very hard, but don't just watch Iwu videos. There's gonna be a limit, bro. There's, you know, because you will definitely have it in your mind. For example, a couple of months ago, right, when we were watching that, and I kind of stopped watching it because I noticed the shit was going on, bro. Sometimes I'd go to sleep and I would be like, bro, what if I got murdered in my sleep? And that is not a good thing to think, because then I can't sleep properly, okay? And if you can't sleep properly, if somebody comes into your room with a fucking knife, you're not going to be able to wake up because you haven't slept properly. Who will murder you? Bro, I mean, one of these fucking serial killers. What do you mean who? But it definitely does something to your mind, is my point. The content that you do karate chops and stuff, yeah, I know, bro, but sometimes I can't move when I'm awake, and that's when the serial killers can get me. Or do I say that so that a serial killer comes over to my house and it's a trap? Ah! I'm doing a service, bro, by getting rid of serial killers. That's what I'm doing. It's a trap, bitch. Yeah, no, but sometimes, dude, I have sleep paralysis. Actually, I don't have it now. I used to have them. I used to have sleep paralysis. Like, I would feel like I was hallucinating and I was getting my legs pulled up, bro, and being pulled out, you know? And I was trying to bring my fucking hands up so I could fight the aliens, or I could fight the fucking killer, and the only thing that would be on my mind was like, bro, if somebody comes in, I can't defend myself right now. In any other way where somebody comes and kills me, bro, I fucking kill them. Every other way, bro. They try to stab me, I fucking you know? They come in like this. They come in like this, and they come in like this, and I'll go, ah! And they'll go, ah! And they'll stab the side, and then I'll pull the side and stab them, and then go right into the dung, and then I go, yeah, and then I eat that. I eat that on stream so that his killer friends know, if you come to my house, bro, you're gonna get your dick chopped off and ate. That's the thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, bro. They'll try to go like this, and I'll go ha 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 ha, and I'll go waka, and I'll go waka, and then I'll go waka. Now, why is my mouth open? Cause the dick here. Like a pit bull, bro. Like a pit bull, and I'm going like this. You feel me? And then I go, and I'll go rip, and I'll go flying against the wall. Ridiculous, okay? But my only fear is not being able to defend myself because my body ain't ready, bro. Because my mind is awake, but my body don't want to go. That's my only fear. But that doesn't come up when I don't watch these things. So I can listen, if there's somebody out there who will watch my videos and is watching my videos because they think becoming a serial killer is cool, it's not. If you're starting to get that feeling, if you're starting to like see them as somebody important, they're not important. They're pieces of shit. They're worthless. If you think you are worthless, you are not like them. They failed humanity. You haven't failed humanity yet. And if you're feeling that pull back out of it. You can say no. You can say, Mini, you're funny as fuck and entertaining as shit, but I can't keep consuming the evil stuff. And you can go somewhere else, you know? You can go watch my gameplay. You can go watch the other stuff, bro. You can go live life. Don't get obsessed with these fucking killers, man. It's not good. It's not good for your mind. It is not good for your soul. It's not good for anything, bro. Like, legit. I have definitely felt myself change from watching this type of content. And like I like it. I like learning about this stuff, but I don't get obsessed about it. And I can see how it affects me, bro. Imagine somebody who gets obsessed with it. Oof. Imagine somebody that has nothing else except for like serial killers. Jesus Christ. Yeah, boys, don't become serial killers. It's cringe.
Like, whether it's like animal stuff or nothing. No, like he loves our dogs. You know, I mean, he's very affectionate with
And
animals.
ever since I started streaming, and well, before that,
He watched
I always thought, bro,
well, he's 19, what sure, you know.
I always thought it's a matter of time until somebody does something incredibly stupid and says that it was so that some person could notice them. And that kind of happened now with that guy who was driving down the interstate or whatever the fuck, and Kai Cenat called him on Instagram and said, bro, fucking pull over. And he was like, Kai, I'm watching you, Kai. I'm watching you, Kai. I ain't stopping, I know my route. Ta-da. Right? Like, bro, if you want that clout and you want somebody to react to you and stuff, oh, bro, you've lost the plot. You've lost the plot. You need to go back and find yourself.
Oh, I watched it. It doesn't make me a
If you're
serial
at
killer. You know? Right. And he watched The Zodiac Killer over the summer.
Why did she say it doesn't make me a serial killer? And look at the fucking camera. Look.
We all watched it. I watched it. It doesn't make me a serial killer.
Why is she looking at me, bro? Is the whole family serial killer? Nah. That would make no sense. That would make no sense. That would make no sense because she's the one who found the head. But what if? But what if there was a movie? What if there was a movie about a serial killer family? And when the cops are getting too close on the tail of like the matriarch or the patriarch of the family, they give one of their kids so the cops see them as victims. And the cops will never think it was them because they are the ones who found the head. They gave up that kid. They could have hidden it. But there is no better hiding spot than the victim thing, right? You're never getting caught, bro. Nobody will ever think it's them. Nobody will ever think it is a member of this family because this family gave that kid up. They would have protected him. What if the kid was in on it too? He knew that he was the sacrifice and he was okay with it. Jesus Christ. That'd be a good movie series, bro. That'd be a good movie series. Oh, yeah, that'd be a good movie series, bro. But the kid gets caught, boom, and then on the second, bro, on the second one, people keep, like, missing, and the cops come and talk to these guys, and they're like, what the fuck is going on? And then at the end, bro, at the end, the cop goes, whoa, 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 whoa. Wait a minute. One of the hands wasn't his. One of the hands, one of the two hands didn't belong there. There's another body. And it's a mistake, bro, that the family made. They put the wrong hand in the thing, right? And the cop is like, what the fuck? Why? And they go back to the kid, and the kid says, no, I only killed one person. And the cop, for some reason, believes him. The cop says, okay, what if I believe him? Why is there another hand in the house? And then, bro, it's at night, and he's at the police station, and he's the only one, and it's raining. And it's lightning. And then, as lightning hits, he looks over, and he sees her. He sees her going like this. And he's like, why the fuck is that bitch here at this moment? And it ends, bro. Is she there to kill him? Because she noticed that they put the wrong hand. Is she there? Because she wants to say, hey, I think my kid killed another person. Why is she here, bro? You know? And then on the third movie, bro, right? Or in the next movie, this cop starts to think, you know what? Maybe it wasn't just the kid. There's no way that it was just the kid. And people keep missing in similar ways, bro. And they think, we've got a copycat killer. We've got a copycat killer on our hands. And they just start looking, bro. And they talk to the kid. And they talk to the kid because the kid, right? The kid, he's the one who did it. So he's the one who would tell you, like, oh, there's a copycat. Or, like, maybe check here, check there, check everywhere, right? And whenever they bring up his parents, the kid, like, acts different. Oh my lord, bro. And we would somehow get to the end in which the family is actually a family of serial killers. Bro, I think it'd be an interesting movie, bro, to write. I couldn't write that. Cause then people would be like, wait a minute, why is this guy so good at writing serial killer stories? Jesus Christ. Art imitates life. Life imitates art. Jesus Christ, bro.
You know? Right. And he watched The Zodiac Killer over the summer a couple
Yeah,
of
listen, we're gonna stop watching too much
Brian's
of this.
affinity for Jeffrey Dahmer wasn't the only warning sign observed by his
We're gonna
teachers.
smack him,
Like
bro.
the first week.
I would have smacked him right there, bro. I would have smacked him right there. Right there? Bang! I would have smacked him.
I saw her over the summer a couple of times.
Brian's affinity for Jeffrey Dahmer wasn't the only warning
Bro.
sign observed by his teachers.
Like the first week of school, we had a meeting with all of his teachers and his case manager, expressing the
And
concerns
his
that they had
teacher.
with him and also explaining some of his behavioral issues.
Did anybody express that they had concerns he could be a serious safety issue or anything like that?
Yes, I believe so. We were to keep a very close eye on him, and it's certainly very apparent early on that he was a very troubled person.
In the
What happened to
2019
him?
school year, one of Brian's teachers found a notebook filled with a number of disturbing elements.
So I remember I don't even remember who found, there was like a notebook, I don't know, it was
Oh
part of
my
a notebook
God.
check, my student teacher, another student, or somehow it got brought. We had a meeting with Officer Bomar and the administration out at Fruta just because it had some obviously concerning stuff talking about like serial killer statistics and stuff. Like he seemed to be kind of enamored with that. So that was kind of and they asked us, do we think he was like a threat to us?
I'm not gonna lie, bro. This is pretty beta. This is pretty beta. You know, this is like, bro, you did all that research for the name, the number of people killed, injuries, MO, and the type. Really? You like, like, bro, this is 5-minute work. You don't gotta, bro. You got all of this from documentaries on them. And you're obsessed with them, bro. Jesus Christ, this is F, bro. This is terrible. This is L, bro.
So famous
This
serial
is L
killers, some
research.
information about
Yeah, like kill counts and just stuff like that.
This is
That's
L
not
research,
entirely
bro.
normal.
The disturbing contents of the book discussed by
Journalism.
Brian's teacher far exceed
not
his
journalism,
initial
bro.
portrayal. Within its pages lie numerous troubling entries detailing
Brian Call.
the initial portrayal.
Brian Cohey, Sir Jeffrey Dahmer, Spastasm the long-legged wolf slayer, screamer of the cock. Ah. And then he writing in Alien. Bro. Yeah, screamer of the cock, it says. Look, this is his name, bro. Brian Cohey, Sir Jeffrey Dahmer. Spastasm the long-legged wolf slayer. Screamer of the cock. And then he draws some kind of weird alien drawing of a cock. Look. Boom, this is where it attaches. And these are the veins. Look, bro, he clearly obsessed with dick. And then the fucking line and the head. This guy's clearly obsessed with cock. Look. An even longer cock. Ah, what a retard, bro. Is this a Sir Jeffrey? Bro, ain't nobody trying to decipher your weird language, bro. I know you're not that interesting, bro.
Within its pages lie numerous troubling entries detailing
Lil bro, somebody's gonna do research on you, lil bro. And they're gonna write this. They're gonna write this, bro. Brian Cohey. Kill count 1. Injured himself with a knife. What a retard. MO. Killed. Put people up, but took the weakest among us because he's a beta. Captain Girthy. What's up? And serial killer type. Lamau couldn't even become a serial killer. L nerd. L retard. Boom, bro. Bro, I did all that research. I did all that research on him, and it's better than what he wrote. And I'm not even obsessed. And he's obsessed. I'm not even obsessed, bro. What a retard, bro. What a retard. And then MiniDonbeE, Big Dong King Kong, the Don, the Demon. Mr. Fuck around and find out. Pull up on Discord and fight me, bitch. Banned if beta. Mr. Fuck your mom last night and the night before and today and fuck your dad E2. How about that? How about that? And then, hold on, bro. Hold on, we do the weird. I like cock. That's him, bro. This is him, bro. I like cock, and then he writes a dick, and then he goes, bro, how am I better than you when you had years of planning? Oh, you fucking shitter. Get pressed.
Telling Brian's fixation on serial killers and
Get
other
pressed,
disturbing
bitch.
topics. Among these, Brian has devised his own cryptic code or alphabet. Furthermore, Brian's
Yeah,
brief
hold on. I forgot Mr. Presser. Oh, the big presser, bro. Oh, I forgot about that.
profiles
It's
of his
okay.
favorite killers paint a grim picture
okay.
of his unhealthy
It's okay. If I open it up, bro, people are gonna say, Mini, you obsessed. I ain't obsessed.
obsession
I'm just
with
better.
destruction and
I'm
depravity.
just better than him.
Additionally, he outlined plans
What
for
the
taking lives
fuck?
and holding strong opinions.
Invade home, kill adults, kill children, take valuables, leave. Gear 45 hunting knife, lighter, alcohol. One. First, which house, bro? Okay? Okay, that matters. Okay, 2. How? How you gonna get rid of him? Ah. Bro, this guy's a terrible serial killer. 3. How are you gonna make sure the kids don't wake up? Or the parents wake up? Or attack you, right? You need these things planned, bro. So whilst you're going for one team, the other team are taking you in the back. You know, you're gonna get double teamed. You know, you like, bro, come on. How you not thinking of the double teaming, bro? 4. How you know they got valuables? And where? Right? How are you gonna get this information? Bro, this motherfucker unprepared. I'm be real. 5. Really, bro? You're just gonna leave? Not burn it or some shit? Really, bro? Really? And then your gear is .45 revolver. Hunting knife. Lighter. Alcohol. No rope to tie people down. To find out where you're gonna get the valuables. Where the valuables are. No rope. No tape. No gas so that you can burn things easier. You know? Like, bro, no wipes to wipe the metal on your hands. No, oh, okay, listen. Oh, as a chemist, I know what wipes you can use. There we go. Boom. Boom. Because, listen, I studied chemistry, bro. And I actually had a professor who was, he'd get called, he'd be an expert. I don't know if it was expert witness or whatever. In these cases, in cases of murder and stuff, there was a case here in Monterey 2 decades ago or a decade ago where it was more than a decade ago, where the kid cut up the girl, did a satanic ritual, peed on it, all this stuff. His mother also covered it up. It was horrible, bro. It was horrible. It was the first case, and he was he was one of the people who was in charge of the laboratory that would like do the tests and stuff. And we went to his like the place where he tests all this shit. And when you shoot a gun, there are metallic compounds that get created only when shooting a gun. And and that's that gun residue. But these are compounds that only get created in extreme heat in that moment, and they are really hard to wash off. You can't just put soap on. Like, you gotta use other stuff. You can't just use soap to get rid of it. Yeah, that residue will stay on, and they use slightly acidic wipes to get that metal off. So if you use those wipes, you would be free, okay? But this guy, bro, this guy don't do any research. This guy fucking retarded, bro. This guy is a fucking stupid fuck. This guy, terrible research, bro. You don't know how to do research, bro. I don't know how to do research, not because I am a serial killer, but because I studied chemistry, bro. I had to learn how to fucking do proper research.
Additionally, he outlined plans
This
for
is
taking
terrible
lives
research,
and holding
bro.
strong
These are
opinions
terrible-
about his
this is-
own purpose and
Paranoid, narcissistic, megalomaniac, fickle, cruel, sadistic, cold, two-faced, depressed, manic, impulsive, bipolar, dominating. I'm sorry, bro. You can't be dominating and fickle. Okay? Like, come on, bro. You can't be a beta bitch and be a giga chat too. Like, it's not reckless, suicidal, childish, homicidal, manipulative, controlling, deceitful, remorseless, callous, delusional, possessive, fearless. Bro, Bro, you are half of these things. He does seem pretty narcissistic. He is cruel. He is sadistic. Cold. I mean, these things kind of go hand in hand. Two-faced, I don't know. If he was never evil with his friends, he can't be two-faced. Depressed, probably. Manic, impulsive, probably. Bipolar, maybe. I don't know. Dominating, I don't think so, bro. I don't think so. Just because you killed a homeless person when they were already on the ground, bro. They were asleep. That doesn't make you dominating. That doesn't make you dominant. Bro, like, That guy didn't put up a fight. He couldn't put up a fight. You picked him because he couldn't put up a fight. That's not what a dominant person does. That's what a weak person does. Find somebody weaker than them in that position. He said he was looking for prostitutes and stuff. That's not what a dominant person does, bro. Like, yeah, he admitted saying he thought it would be a struggle. But how is he going to be a struggle when the guy is wrapped up, okay, and on the ground and asleep? Bro, the guy's asleep in a sleeping bag. He can't fight back. Like, little bro, you ain't that guy. You ain't that guy who just went up to someone and fucking obliterated them. You ain't that guy, bro. You're the person who attacks people when they're asleep and vulnerable. Like, he's thinking so highly of himself here because he thinks this is good. He thinks, oh my god, I'm this much of a monster. Bro, you're a beta bitch, is what you are. You're a beta bitch. Reckless, suicidal. Bro, if you were suicidal, you would have done something about it. Like, come on, dog. Come on, dog. Like, childish? Possibly. Homicidal? Yes. Manipulative? Yeah, he was manipulative. Controlling? Sure. Deceitful? Yeah, he was pretty upfront. Remorseless for sure. Callous for sure. Delusional? I don't know. He didn't seem delusional. He seemed like he knew he was going to do like these 20 years. Delusional in thinking he's just going to do 20 years. Yeah, maybe actually. Because he's not just doing 20 years, he's doing way more. Fearless? Bro, if you were fearless, you would have asked that Kylie girl out. If you were fearless, you would have asked her out. If you were possessive, you would have tried to ask her out, bro. But your beta bitch ass said, I can't do that. I'll keep her as a friend. I'm just gonna go murder somebody who is asleep. Somebody who's got their fucking hands tied, literally. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Bro, this guy, bro, congratulations. You killed somebody who was literally defenseless. You killed somebody that you thought that nobody was looking out for them. He had a lot of people looking out for him. He had a lot of people that cared about him, right? But you thought he was weak in that way. He was physically restrained. He's in a sleeping bag, basically a body bag. You got on top of him so he can't protect himself. You know what I mean? Bro, you ain't fearless. Okay? And you ain't alpha, bro. You ain't dominating. You ain't possessive. You are delusional. You are remorseless. You are deceitful. You are manipulative. I mean, deceitful, I don't even know, bro, because, yeah, he's a fucking shithead. He's a beta bitch. He's a pussy-ass motherfucker. Of course he is, bro. Of course he is, bro. Of course he is. Of course he is.
Actions. The book was also filled with quotes about
Yeah,
his
and he wanted to
beliefs
be like
and
Bundy and all
neutral
those
evil.
guys.
One such quote.
Brian filled 4 pages, various names, location, apparently fictional words. Bob Bomar dies in a high-speed chase. Karen Roybal trips down the stairs and breaks neck. Prince Roybal's first name is not Karen. What? From page 46. From prior interviews in an earlier case, I know Brian has played Dungeons and Dragons, D&D, Dumb and Dumber. Listen, I'm not gonna lie. Dungeons and Dragons is pretty cool, bro. I wish I had a group of friends that I could play Dungeons and Dragons with on stream because that's actually cool. He lists his name, describes himself as a human. He then goes on to list his alignment, which is described in D&D. A creature's general moral and personal attitudes are represented by its aligners: lawful good, neutral good, chaotic good. Yeah. This is character building, bro. Brian lists his alignment as neutral evil, which is a neutral evil villain does whatever she can. Of course, a she. Of course, a she. She can get away with. She is out of herself, pure and simple. She sheds no tears for those she kills, whether for profit, sport, convenience. Cringe. Some neutral evil villain holds up evil as an ideal, committing evil for its own sake.
Was also filled with quotes about his beliefs
Neutral
in
evil
neutral evil.
is the most
One
dangerous
such quote
alignment
read,
because it
"A
represents
neutral
pure
evil villain
without
does
honor
whatever
or
she can to
variation."
get away with. She's out for herself, pure and simple. She sheds no tears for
Chaotic
those she
evil.
kills,
I
whether
mean,
for profit,
neutral evil
sports,
is
or convenience. This is far from the only warning sign that emerged during
because it's supposed to be, supposed to be lawful. So lawful evil plays within the rules, but is a piece of shit. Unlawful evil is like that's the chaotic, breaks all the rules, and then there's neutral evil. Maybe he's right. I don't know. I don't know what
during his time at school. In December of 2018,
Yeah,
Brian was
multiple
arrested on
D&D.
assault charges when he hit another student with a homemade mace.
When I had kids give speeches, I always told them to do an attention getter. And so it was the day of his speech, and he wanted to.
Bro, he's literally obsessed with dick. This, bro, he hit him with a sperm. He literally hit him with the sperm. He wanted to come on him. He wanted to come on that guy, bro. That's why he hit him with the sperm. Bang. Also, he was getting ready for prison. Because this is the only type of shit he will do in prison, bro. Bro, it's a literal sperm
And
cell.
he pulled out this Indiana Jones like whip that he fashioned out of masking tape. So to start the speech, he kind of kept hitting the podium. Of course, everyone looked, and then he gave his speech. Then later that day, he ended up beating or whipping one of our side-by-side developmentally disabled students at the bus stop.
Bro. Hey, bro, maybe that kid said, hey, your speech was ass, you dumb bitch. And then he said, what'd you say to me? And then he went full racism mode and started hitting him with the whip. Jesus Christ.
19, he was suspended after intentionally causing a student with PTSD to suffer a panic attack.
Bro.
In a subsequent meeting, school administrators conclude that Brian has a high potential for violence and presents a high risk for the school. However, despite being apprehended for his behavior and his several run-ins,
this guy needed me. This guy needed me in his school to beat his ass and then tell him, hey man, there's another way, become a good person. Protect the weak. Don't be this shit. But he needed an ass whooping.
with the
Kind of like that guy from yesterday. Listen, bro. Yesterday we almost had another viewer, another part of the group, bro. I always talk about how I turn the haters into lovers. And I turned that guy, but I pressed him too hard, bro. I went too hard on him. I said, if you don't come up, I'll ban your ass. And I banned his ass, bro. Because I don't want no beta bitches in this 300 army of Spartans. But we're not even at the 300 number, bro. We could have turned him into one of the Spartans, bro.
management at
I went too
school.
hard on him.
Brian's mother, Terry Cohey, has a strikingly different opinion about the incidents.
When you talked about the school stuff and
they were bullying him.
What were the issues that they were having that made other kiddos not feel safe? He would make jokes that were not appropriate. He got
Harry.
suspended a few times, like
Harry.
for behavior that wasn't acceptable. Like this one girl that he knows very well, he knows that she has a lot of issues, and that loud noises frighten her. And so, you know, one of his school suspensions was when he came up to her in the hallway and clapped really loud next to her, you know, knowing that it would put her in a panic. And she cried, and we were like,
Bruh.
no, you knew that would upset her, and you did it anyway. And he got suspended for a weapon, but there was another boy who brought in.
No, don't defend
school
him.
bus. And Brian was like, wow, cool. And I think this was in 11th
Don't
grade.
defend him.
And so Brian was like, I think Brian had given out some candy to some kids on the bus.
Don't defend him.
Brian was like, can I check those out? He's like, I'll bring you in so you could give me some candy. So Brian gave the kid candy, and the next day the kid comes on the bus with two sets of nunchucks. One are glass, and the other one, I guess they're like rubber. I don't know. I never actually saw them. He's like, I know I can't take the glass ones because I'd be in trouble for that. So he took the rubber ones and he put them in his backpack. I don't know if it was in his backpack or in his jacket. There were two differentiating stories.
Don't make my story
He saw
real.
them and they said, what's that, Brian? And he was like, nothing. You know, and so Papa Omar,
Don't.
like, you know, we have a prohibited weapon on school grounds. And I'm like, okay, well, what about the other kid that brought them in? And they said, that kid doesn't have the behavior issues that Brian has.
I mean-
And I'm like, oh, so you're punishing Brian because he has behavior issues. I see. So Brian
You
went
are not
through
defending him right now.
probation and he completed it successfully.
You are not defending him right
In
now.
fact, his father, Brian Cohey,
I was correct, bro. This is a serial killer family. I was correct, bro. Yeah, first time offender is different. Bro, if I took a weapon to school, I wasn't gonna hurt anybody with it. I was gonna do cool nunchuck stuff. But that kid, he's hurt people before. Come on, man. Of course it's different, bro. Of course it's different, bro. Felons can't carry a gun. A normal citizen can't carry a gun if they have a permit. I mean, of course it's different, bro.
Sr., believed that his son was incapable of such violence.
Please no.
He's got friends he hangs around with, you know, respectable friends.
Don't say
Not
that. his
friends that would ever, not those kind of friends.
Sure.
Clean, good friends.
Okay.
You know, the worst they have is they play video games. They drink too much Pepsi. So we are thinking we're doing good. Our kids are both doing good. They're okay at school. They don't drink or smoke. So I didn't really have no warnings that this was going to happen. You know, he may say a cuss word once in a while. Okay. But no, he's never hit anybody ever. Okay. He got in
You're
trouble
focused on the
tape ball in school 3 or 4 years ago. Okay. And I think they wrote him up for it because it hit somebody. But the football players can nail like jazz with a football. But Brian, he got in trouble for that. He's never hit.
They fed into his feelings. They fed into his feelings that he was being treated differently. Yeah. Bro, also the football players hit people with the football. Which is a dick move. 100%. But also sometimes they do it to their friends.
Just like his dad. I mean, I've never been in a fight, man. I just saw his.
You've never been in a fight.
Because he's non-violent, but.
Non-violent when he just caught somebody's head off.
But Brian often resorted to social media
Hail
as an outlet to
Hydra.
share his ideas.
Bro. Bro, if you're gonna be cringe, go full cringe. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. If you're gonna be cringe, be full cringe. Don't fucking Hail Hydra.
But Brian often resorted to social media as an outlet to share his ideas. His dark thoughts were further reinforced by his posts on various social media accounts, pictures, and comments about his beliefs and mental health. His comments on Reddit were often on posts depicting mutilations and injuries. In an Ask Me Anything on Reddit, Brian wrote, "I'm a 17-year-old nobody who is failing his classes."
Stop failing your classes.
When someone posted asking about him, Brian answered, "I have a counselor, but he assigned me to someone else because I was beyond his skill set. I'm also going to get a neuropsychological evaluation because of my irresponsibility. I can't really use any of my friends for support because they'd make fun of me.
Then we did have that meeting with the SRO, and Jeremy and I went in there and we briefed him on it. And I reiterated to him, I was like, this kid is really going to need some help in counseling right now. He's like, all the flags are up.
Dude, the internet is. The internet has damaged way too many people, bro. Like, legitimately. A lot of these, like, yeah, a lot of these problems are real. A lot of these problems will get helped by exercise. A lot of these problems will get helped by trying to wake up, trying to better yourself, trying to wake up at reasonable hours, trying to sleep at reasonable hours, going to the gym, training, meeting new people. Like, you have to take that step. There's only so much you can do therapizing. You need to do physical stuff. The body isn't just mental, it's physical too. You need that physical stuff. And if you don't,
in fact, even the Samaritan who helped him at the boat ramp on the evening he was dumping Warren's body, Kellen Pfeiffer, was at school with him and had a few things to say about Brian's behavior.
I remember my friends kind of complained, and one of my friends, Isaac, just did not like being in the same bus as him. He found him very obnoxious. And he complained about him a few times to me. I never really took too much notice at the time. And I was like, dude, this kid won't shut up on the bus. And he says the most inappropriate stuff. And I'm just like, yeah. And he was like, I just hate the kid. And I never really, like I said, took much of a note, because it was kind of like at that point, like, oh yeah, people are like that. You know, some people are just annoying.
So give them what you've been thinking about and all the other things people have ever thought you wanted to be a serial killer.
Only if it brought me fame. For a while, I was willing to do anything, good or bad. That was years ago in school. I was willing to do anything, whether it be good or bad, just to gain notoriety, fame, influence.
Brian's comments about fame hinted a possible motive, but we still don't know the ultimate.
You were willing to do anything if it got you those things. I don't believe you, bro. I don't believe you. You were only willing to do evil things. You weren't trying to train your body. Bro, he's a big guy. He maybe could have been able to get into some sports. He's a big guy. He's not small. What if he started weight training, bro? Maybe he could get on the football team. Maybe he could get a couple of friends. Maybe he could pick up weightlifting. You know, I find it really weird when people say that I try to do anything. I try to do anything. But you're still fat as fuck. Did you really try to do anything, bro? Did you really try to do anything? Or did you cope and say, I did it all? You know? I can't sit here and tell you guys, I've tried everything. The streaming doesn't work. When, have I though? Have I? You know what I mean? I can't say that when it's not true. I can't say that when I don't post. I can't say that when I don't do IRLs, when I don't explore different avenues. I can't say that. So saying that would be a massive cope. You know what I mean? Oh, I've done it all, bro. You never posted on Twitter. You don't post on Discord. You don't post on this. You don't post on that. You haven't even tried, brother. He hasn't even tried. He's all out of shape. Has he tried making friends? Has he tried improving his anything? No, he hasn't. He just says, well, they're not going to like me, so I'm just going to kill people. Come on, bro. Stop being this crazy.
Reason behind his horrific actions. In the hopes of drawing that reason out of him, detectives now take him one more time through the story of the gruesome killing. And this time, we get details that are even more monstrous than what we've learned thus far.
Did he see you?
No, he was not woken up until I pulled the sheets back.
I know this is going to be really fast. You pulled sheets back.
And
before you stabbed him, did he see you?
No. And I pulled the sheets back, I get on him, like a knee, and then stab him, and he wakes up. He's, what are you doing? What are you doing? Get off me!
And I think you stabbed him anywhere besides, I know you said the neck a lot of times. How many times do you think? Did you count them?
No. I was going until he stopped.
Okay, how many? Just...
Oh my god, bro. How about I stab you, bro?
30 or 40.
How about I stab you on the neck until you stop crying? Let's see if you're laughing then.
It It was a general assault. I was mainly targeting his neck because that's the most vulnerable area. I was stabbing his head, anywhere in that general area. I stabbed his head multiple times.
How about his chest, his stomach?
His chest, I stabbed once through the ribs.
Which hand were you using?
Right hand. It was his right ribs, and I just went.
Oh,
I sliced open his belly, carved up his leg. Not like I made several slices at his leg.
Why did you do that?
I was just doing everything I thought of at the moment. Then I cut off his head. I gave him a Glasgow smile. What's that? A Joker smile.
Why were you doing that?
I suppose it was a frenzy. I was so excited, so rushed up on adrenaline and everything. It was just woo. And
Oh my
he said, "Why are you doing
god.
this?"
Yeah, put
And I
him
said,
down.
"I've been wanting to do this for a long time."
Yeah, put him
Brian has
down,
used
bro.
very
Put
little
him
vulgar
down,
language up to
put him
this
down,
point
put
in the
him down,
conversation.
Put him down.
Between that and
Take
the
his head off.
exactness of his
This guy's
quote,
gonna kill
it's
somebody
easy to
in the
believe
prison.
that this
He's
is
gonna
an
kill somebody,
accurate recollection.
So let's talk about
This
before
guy
you were
cannot see the
showing
light
dead.
of day
Why
ever
would you
again.
stab
He said
him
20
before he
years.
was
No, no,
dead?
no, no, no. This
Don't
guy
worry about
cannot
the
see the
head
light
neck.
of day ever again, bro. He
When did
will
you
kill
stab him
him.
in the chest?
He's way
After
too
he
excited.
perished.
He liked it.
And how did you know
Look
he
how
perished?
animated he gets.
He let out a final gasp.
Okay.
And he wasn't fighting later on. He was losing too much energy, blood loss. And he just finally gasped, and I needed to make sure peace of mind, so I decapitated him, partially as for the hell of it.
So let's try to go step by step. You said you stabbed him in the neck and the head while he was alive.
Yes, I paused. We had a conversation where he said, "Why are you doing this?" And I said, "I felt like doing this for a long time." I continued. He died, deceased.
Bro, if you stab somebody in the neck, I have a hard time
Stabbed
thinking.
his ribs, opened up his.
I have a hard time thinking that the guy is gonna say, "Why are you stabbing me?" If you stabbed him on the neck at the beginning. You know what I mean? Like, bro, if I got stabbed in the, I don't know if I'll be able to even speak. You know what I mean? I feel like he stabbed them somewhere else before the neck. I feel like, because otherwise he wouldn't be able to say that, bro. If you already, if he wakes up, he's not gonna wake up on the first one. He's gonna wake up maybe on the second or third. If you're fast, like bang, 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 right? And he went, "Oh, why are you doing?" He won't even know what's going on, bro. I feel like he's lying
His
here.
belly, sliced his leg multiple times.
Okay.
Derobed him, and then decapitated him, removed his hands, his joints.
Did you derobe him before or after you opened his belly?
After I opened his belly.
So you cut through his clothes to open it?
No, I lifted up his shirt and just.
Okay. Which way did you go? Like a deer this way or like this way?
No, this way across his belly.
Okay.
If what Brian has admitted to so far has not put a sick feeling in your stomach, the gory details to come will surely do so.
He was very
Didn't see his heart or anything?
No, he was very thin. I thought about taking out.
What else do you think you saw?
What do I think? What do I
Internally, what did you see?
I saw his liver, his large and small intestine, and that's it. Some of it was yellow. I was thinking about taking out his heart. I was thinking about crushing the ribs and disemboweling him entirely.
Oh my lord, what a horrible way to
Or
die.
just cut him open?
I cut him open, but his organs spilled out by themselves
Oh my God.
when I was dumping him.
Anything else? Did you take anything besides his head? Like anything internally?
No.
And how did you know it was his liver? I mean, you ever go hunting, or how do you know it's somebody's liver when you open them up?
It's dark, purple, brownish.
Okay.
It's large up here. I just knew it was a liver. I've taken anatomy and physiology, so I knew it was his
That makes
liver.
sense. I was just curious.
Bro, look at his gyno. It comes through the shirt. Look at his fucking gyno.
I've seen some.
These nauseating details are quickly followed by another shocking piece of information about the night in question.
Did you take any pictures that night?
Yes, but I deleted them.
They might still be on the web.
After I killed him, I took a picture of him with
Oh
his
my
hands, but I deleted all those because those are evidence.
Okay.
I don't know if you can find them, but
When you say you deleted them entirely, that's an interesting statement. What do you mean by that?
I removed them from my phone, deleted the pictures.
Okay.
With some assistance from the
Yup. When you delete something from your phone, you gotta delete them from the cache of the phone. Like for example, iPhone I think has like a 30-day thing where you can delete one picture, but it will stay in the cloud for 30 days. Or you can delete it and then go and delete it from the cloud because you can still get it. So he's a retard.
The U.S. Secret Service investigators are able to extract the deleted photos from Brian's
Bro, a
phone.
kid can do this.
Nonetheless, Brian's care in deleting the pictures once
don't need
again
the
show
Secret
that he was
Service.
highly interested in covering his tracks,
You do not need the
showing
Secret
us
Service.
everything we need to know about his state of mind in the
Like,
wake
at
of
all.
this
You
awful
can
murder.
recover the pictures, bro.
Did you tell anybody about what you did before today?
No, I haven't told anyone that I committed murder.
Yet that very morning, Brian texted his friend Kylan Like, asking if he can come over to talk. Once at the house, Brian concocted a story that Kylan's husband, James Bailey, thought was ridiculous.
What I remember, he came over, he was acting super weird, and he was like, I gotta tell you guys something. I think the police are trying to frame me for a murder. I found a body, I was like messing with it, and I got my car stuck in the river, and I had wiped blood that I had on my hand onto the car, and the tow truck guy saw it, and like, I think that they're gonna try to frame me. I thought that, like I said, at most he had found one and was just trying to be edgy because he found one or something like that, or even.
Bro, this guy is friends with the Kylan girl that he clearly likes. Well, I don't know if he clearly likes her, but I think he would. I think he likes her. But she's got a husband. He killed the wrong person.
Been to the point where he could have just been making it all up, just because, again, I didn't know him personally.
I was planning to maybe keep a finger.
Yeah, Kylan a little
My
crazy,
finger.
bro.
That's small, not that much space. It won't smell that much. Makes sense. Easy to keep.
Brian has provided the detectives with everything they
What?
could possibly want to know about the murder.
What did he say? What did he say? I was planning to maybe keep a finger. Oh, go fuck
Space. It won't smell that much.
Oh, go fuck yourself. Oh, go fuck yourself. Oh, go
Brian has provided the
go
detectives with everything they could possibly want to know about the murder.
Hanging.
He's detailed the killing not once, but
Hanging.
twice, and he's even revealed stomach-churning details about the disposal of the body.
Yeah,
The one question that remains, however, is an enormous one. Why? And Brian's reason why is perhaps the most twisted aspect of all.
You know, Brian, I have to ask, a lot of people that we have talked with, you know, well, or they're just not as well spoken as you are, to be honest with you. You're very articulate. You're very articulate.
I think I'm bad with words.
No, I actually think you're really articulate. And you talked about you were just kind of in a bad space that night.
It was, yes.
Okay. Why were you in a bad space?
I didn't take my medicine.
And because Kylan got
For
married.
years, I was wondering what murder would feel like because.
Oh my god,
Because I'm
bro.
really act. They all say murder is the best feeling in the world. So I'm like, I'm gonna try that. So
Bro,
for
but he hasn't
some time,
even
I've been
fucked.
wondering when it would happen. I always knew I would be in this building, whether it was as a criminal or a police officer.
As shocking as it is that Brian's motivation comes down to a simple matter of sick curiosity, his last remark is
I
almost
don't
more
wonder what
unbelievable.
killing someone feels like.
As mundane and evil as Brian's motive may seem,
Dude.
it's not one.
I know the pain that people feel when they've lost someone. I couldn't imagine the pain that people would feel when somebody they love was killed. And I don't think any normal person would be able to inflict that much pain into the world. If you're wondering what murder feels like, dude, you need to pull the fuck back. Stop watching the shit you're watching, bro. You are being poisoned. Poisoned. This is not a thing that you should wonder about, man.
One he made any attempt to hide, even as he first talked to police in front of his house.
Yeah, when he
the young
first
killer was fully upfront about his curiosity.
Like, for real human head and hands?
Yes.
From?
That fellow who went missing recently.
Which fellow was that?
Warren Brown.
Warren Brown? When did he go missing?
The night of the 27th.
Okay, and how did you end up with him?
I murdered him.
With what?
A knife.
Why would you have done that?
In front of his father. How can you admit this in front of your parents like this? No shame, no remorse, no. Jesus Christ.
Wondered what murder felt like.
Brian's teachers were all asked an identical question.
I said he...
Un día decidimos juntar en un
He
mismo
didn't
lugar a
seem
quienes miran The Last
monstrous,
of Us,
like
también a los fans de Mexicánicos.
the other guys. But yeah, he just, I don't know, man. He doesn't feel as monstrous as the others. It's just wild how upfront he is. That is insane to me. How honest he's being. That is what's fucking weird. Like, others will give you some sick fuck shit where they're like, yeah, I just wanted to fuck. Yeah, that body's that body. You know, this guy is like, well, I just wanted to find out what killing feels like.
When Brian was arrested, were you surprised to hear that?
No, I was not at all.
Yeah, I remember when.
Yeah,
saw
bro,
the story on
nobody's
the news and,
surprised,
you're
like-
that name sounds so familiar. And then you're like, I guess I wasn't surprised, if that makes sense.
I mean, I've been doing this for 23 years, and I know you can't really go off gut feelings, but I just always felt uneasy around Ryan. Like there was, and just like he needed much more help than we could offer him in a public school setting. And so when I saw that, I hated to see. I wasn't necessarily surprised that his path could have led to that point.
Were you surprised to hear about what happened on the news?
No, I wasn't. I was more let down by the system because, like, we had called it out that he needed help, like, with all those kind of flags were going off, and it still happened.
Oh, so they did try.
Back in the interrogation, the detectives try to find out if Brian's curiosity was satisfied by the murder.
Send me a back to go to sleep, bro. I'm fixing my sleep schedule finally.
It was intense.
Sorry,
It was a rush of adrenaline. My whole body was shaking. Not like out of fear. It was like it wasn't fear. It was just pure. What's the word?
Bliss. I was gonna say bliss.
Excitement, I suppose. Not excitement as in joy, just excitement as in increased heartbeat, sweating,
Adrenaline.
that type of thing.
Like an adrenaline jump.
Adrenaline.
Yeah. Although I wasn't breaking a sweat killing the guy, it was quite easy.
Well, did you enjoy it or not enjoy it?
Did I enjoy it?
Of course
I
you
don't
did.
know. Sort of neutral to the whole thing. I didn't enjoy it, but I didn't hate it.
Nobody enjoys telling it. He's got a smile on his face.
Probably wouldn't have done it, knowing what it felt like, knowing how this will all turn out. I wouldn't have done it.
I
What
don't
did you think was gonna
believe
go on?
him.
I thought it would be the best feeling.
I don't believe him because the way he was saying it. Yeah, I stabbed him. Hey, his head fell off. He seemed real excited about telling the story, you know? Now that I say that, I think it could be that he just enjoys talking to people more than the action. You know, he enjoys showing off more than actually doing the thing for why he shows off. You know what I mean? It's like you bang a chick, but she was a 6, and it wasn't that good. But then you go to your boys and you're like, bro, I banged a 9. Holy shit, and it was the craziest shit ever. She was crazy. You know what I mean? He likes people being entertained by him more than he likes doing the thing why he entertains, you know? Then why use killing as the thing to show off? Is he a coward? Probably because he thought he was bad at everything else. Like, probably because he felt he had nothing to show off for. So he tried to find that one thing that nobody else could do but him. You know what I mean? Like, look at me, I'm special, I'm special. But then that thing for which people looked at him for being special for didn't feel that special to him. You know?
Yeah, I didn't want. You said you didn't feel much of anything.
Because
excitement. Oh, that's right. Okay.
Because he was really happy telling these people the story. He was so happy telling everyone the story. But maybe it didn't make him that happy.
Better than that, no. Well, let us step out and figure out what.
He could also just be lying, and it did make him happy.
The interrogation is over.
But
Brian seems highly satisfied with how he's cooperated with the detectives.
yeah, see,
he's enjoyed every minute of this conversation.
He's like telling the story.
That he at least
yeah.
partially achieved what he set out to do.
Yeah.
He seems to see himself in the same league as infamous killers such as Ted Bundy.
Yeah.
Brian may be done talking on camera, but he still has one last comment to make. According to Detective Berg's official report, when he walked Brian to the booking department, Brian smiled and said, "I feel like Hannibal Lecter right now."
Oh my lord. See what I mean?
Brian Cohey Jr. pled not guilty by reason of insanity in January 2022.
See what I mean?
This.
See what I mean? If, like, look, he has been honest for everything. If he says he didn't really, like, love it, maybe he didn't love it. Maybe he just loved telling people the story, you know? Maybe he wanted to tell people stories, bro, and he just couldn't find a fucking interesting story because he's not that interesting. You know, that's why he was interested in serial killers, because he's thinking, why are people obsessed with these people? And he was trying to emulate it. You know what I mean? Like somebody said before, he wanted the cloud. He wanted the cloud, but the problem arises when the core thing that will get you the cloud is wrong. Right? You want the cheers from the crowd, but the best way to obtain the cheers from the crowd is to do something magnificent, to do something great, right? To be someone impressive, to do good things. That's the best way to obtain the cheers from the crowd. If you just want cheers from the crowd and you got a microdong and you don't care, you just want the screams, you might pull the microdong out and people will laugh and people will go, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? But you got what you wanted, which was the attention. You know what I mean? So he is basically the same as someone with a microdong who shows it off to the crowd to get the attention. He killed someone to get that attention from the people. To get that clout. But then he realized, bruh, I showed the people my dong and they humiliated me. Right. Like, I probably shouldn't do that. Like, I probably shouldn't do that. I thought it was going to be better, but it wasn't. You know what I mean? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, that's why people say it's way better to, like, let's just put it into my field, right? It's way better to be a streamer and do what you love and how people love you for doing what you love than being a streamer who just does shits for clicks and likes, and it is soul sucking. You know what I mean? And what he did was soul sucking.
This plea triggered a psychological evaluation. Noting the matter-of-fact way he presented the details of the murder, the doctors asked him how he felt about the killing in retrospect. Brian said, quote, "Yeah, it's just kind of a thing that happened.
See?
It sucks, but it happened." When asked what about it sucks, Brian mentioned that he was now locked up, couldn't see his friends, and emphasized that he really missed video games and the internet. He did
Loser.
not, however, express any remorse
Loser.
for the victim.
Yeah, he was remorseless. He was
What's going to
remorseless.
happen now? I don't know how we got to get some kind of advice or find out what to do. Or if she has her own business here, and I have my own business, and I carry the same man's name as my son.
Right.
And now it's going to be all over the paper. Brian Cody killed somebody. 'Cause right now we can't do anything.
Well, and you know,
We can't go anywhere. I'm not working anymore. She can't have any more kids anymore. Everything's over. It's all done now.
Oh,
It's
bro.
over. Our lives are totally over.
The jury ultimately rejected the insanity defense and found Brian Cohey Jr.
because then the
guilty
dad will
on
do the
one
same
count
thing.
of evidence
And
tampering,
then my
2
movie
counts
will
of
not become a
tampering with a
movie, bro.
deceased human body, and 1 count of murder in the first degree.
Because, I mean, Murray going to jail for 15 years probably.
Contrary to Brian's estimations, he was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Yeah, this guy's gonna kill again.
He's currently serving out his sentence at Buena Vista Correctional Complex in Colorado Springs. Monique Lanati reflected on how she would want her friend to be remembered.
If I had to say one word about Warren, he was amazing.
A permanent metal art memorial was installed next to Monique's bridal downtown,
R.I.P. Warren, bro.
carefully crafted to reflect Warren Barnes'
This motherfucker. This motherfucker, bro, saw you was weak, saw you as defenseless, but that guy, that homeless guy had a lot more impact in people's lives than that fucking retard who nuked his parents' life. You know, he had a positive impact. That retard had negative impact. This guy had people looking out for him. You know, people that cared about him. R.I.P. Warren. R.I.P. I don't even know what his name was, bro. The killer's name? I can't remember the killer's name. Let's keep it that way. Fuck that imbecile fuck.
favorite pastime, reading books.
Reading books. Always learning, boys. Always learning. That woman reporting a homeless man is a damn saint. I mean, I bet you anything. I'll tell you something. Don't think of people like that woman as a damn saint. Think of her as a normal person, so that in your mind, you're a normal person. You can be like her too. If you say she's a damn saint and you say you're not a damn saint, then you are not going to be that person for somebody who's homeless. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's a psychological trick, bro. You can play on yourself. You can manipulate yourself. You can brainwash yourself into being a better person by saying those good people are just like me too. And then you go ahead and you are like them. That's a tactic, bro. In the end, we're all just humans. He didn't count on somebody giving a fuck about the homeless, yeah. But he found out. What do you want me to do? Take a picture and send it to you? Yeah, this guy's acting like he's a Zodiac killer, all that shit, bro, and he got caught. He got caught like this. Nobody in this story matters, but Warren, sad. No, a lot of people mattered, bro, in that story. The cops mattered, Warren mattered. the lady who cared about him matters. The people that employed him mattered. You know, they called immediately. Because he hadn't missed for 4 years, bro. A real job for 4 years. No misses. Bruh. Me, an internet job that I can do at any time, any moment. Sometimes I don't show up. That guy had a consistency that I don't have and that very few people have. And listen, bro, I'm not about to get outshined by a homeless guy. So, Warren, I ain't missing no more days, bro. I ain't missing no more days of posting, no more days of trying to grow, no more days of trying to learn, bro. How about that? How about that? In memory of Warren, bro. We're not missing opportunities to learn, boys. We're not missing. Yeah, that homeless guy was worth infinitely more than you, Brian. Yeah. Yeah. This guy, yeah, bro. This guy was going to be found. Yeah, this guy was going to become a serial killer 100% if he wasn't found so quickly. But like everybody knew he was going to become a serial killer, bro. That's what's wild. That's what's wild about this case. Everyone said, this guy's going to be a serial killer. I don't know how he's going to be a serial killer, but he's going to be a serial killer. And yet, no one did anything until he fucked up. You know what I mean? Everyone knew this guy was going to be a serial killer. It's like everyone knows I'm going to be a big streamer. But it's not going to happen until you take the step. And that step is we go to sleep right now. We go to sleep right now. Right now, bro, right now. I'm going to try to fix my Helldivers and the Apex. I don't know what's going on with that. But I'm going to try to fix it because I want to play a little sometimes, but I can't. But you know what? If I can't, fuck it. We do different things, bro. We adapt, we improvise, and we overcome.